what's bound in grace. With you, I've found my safest place. Ride or die through the firestorm tonight. God brought us here, we'll stand and fight. You're my best friend, my love, my life. I'm going nowhere, I'm holding tight.
And I know Jesse will be documenting this for me. Got the
patrol. Boots on gravel, I taste the mold. Dead cattle lined up, eyes still wide. You smell the iron, I smell the light. Abnormal investigations into strange phenomenon. Yeah, we walk that line till the night is gone. Bigfoot breathing heavy in the tree line. Werewolves laughing at the blue skyline. Abnormal investigations into strange phenomenon. I keep pushing on. I keep pushing on. Old man talks about the shadow man. Says he saw claws, not a human hand. Witches in the quarry burning sage. Kids gone missing, no one turns the page. Unsolved cases piled in the van. Lore myths written in the dust on my hands. Strange creatures scratching at the door. You hear a howl, I just want more. Animal killings, chalk on the truck. Radio hissing, is it terror or luck? Abnormal investigations into strange phenomenon. I keep rolling in the dark till the fear is gone. Abnormal investigations into strange phenomenon. Yeah, we walk that line till the night is gone.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Abnormal Investigations. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this moment tonight. I'll be your host tonight, Stephen Michael McKee, as everybody likes to call me. But if you're my friend, you can call me Mike. But guys, we've been looking really forward to doing this show tonight. Dee has been here once before. Everybody loved it. She's a show favorite, and she is back tonight with us. We're going to be talking about the subject that all of you seem to love the most. We're going to be talking about boots on the ground tonight. That is what our channels, I think, mainly focus around, and I think that's what you all seem to like the most. I know Dee does a lot of boots on the ground. I've watched a lot of her shows, and for the fans, it's exciting, and sometimes for us, it can be scary, exhilarating, and sometimes we even get hurt. So it's kind of got all of the different, I guess, phases of what could happen while you're out there. I see a lot of new faces in the group tonight. Thank you for joining us. Y'all are welcomed. We appreciate y'all being in chat. We're going to get down to it here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the co-host, Jessie. She is here. And then we will have Dee on just as soon as we get everything out of the way.
Hello, everybody.
What's up?
Not much. How are you?
I am absolutely wonderful.
Outstanding.
Outstanding. I'm peachy and just living my great life.
Aw. I just got a message. Do you want to bring Clough on and co-host?
Absolutely. Yeah, if he wants to come on and co-host, send him the link. I tried to get him to do it earlier, but, I think he was too busy doing other things that he was trying to get me to join in with him, and I told him I would have to think about that. I'm not real sure. Yeah, I'll tell you about it later.
I think it'd be awesome to have Clough on. I'm going to send you a link, Clough.
Again, I would like to welcome all the new people in the chat tonight. I hope y'all enjoy our conversation tonight. And I hope that y'all also have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as we're coming up on Christmas. And I guess it depends on how good you've been if you're going to see Santa Claus or Krampus, right?
I don't want to see either of them. Santa's creepy.
They always said, why are the kids afraid of him? I was like, you're trying to set a kid on a stranger's lap they don't know with a big beard.
Yeah.
But all right, let's...
Knows when you're awake. Yeah, okay.
Yep, he knows everything about you. Because he's Santa Claus. I know a guy that could do a good Santa Claus. It wouldn't need the stuffing or anything.
White beard and everything?
Well, he'd have to get a beard and color his hair. Well, what hair he has left. I think Santa Claus has hair in the front, on the top.
If you're talking about who I think you're talking about, that wouldn't be a very good Santa Claus. Not very jolly.
Maybe a Satan Claus.
Krampus.
So, Clough will be joining us here momentarily, guys. I'm going to wait and make sure Dee is ready to come on. So, Dee, if you can hear me when you're ready. Okay, she's giving me double thumbs up. Guys, would you please welcome Dee to the show from DEE'S Dark Adventures.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm in my office again. It's the only space I have that dogs and cats and kids won't bug me.
Oh no.
So I'm fine.
Uh-oh. We lost her.
We lost her.
Oh, there we go. We lost
her. Am I
good? Yeah, we're good.
You're good.
No, okay. Yeah. I'm just out here. I got my heat and blanket and stuff, and I'm good. It's the only place I got that I won't get bugged, hopefully. It's the only place I can escape.
I think sometimes all of us need an escape.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really need to escape. It's just the cats. They'll be all over me, and you'll see tails, and then one will be on my shoulder, and then the dog will be in whining, and I'll be distracted. So I'm cool. I spend a lot of time in this truck anyway, so it's all good.
That's cool. I heard, didn't you get a bus or something?
Yes. Oh God, I'm so excited, Mike. You have no idea. It's taken a lot of money that I didn't have, and a lot of time that it's taken a lot, and I was hoping to be done by the end of this week, but I'm hoping next week it'll be done, and I'm just dying to get out there with it, because I made a squagon. I don't know if you guys saw that on the channel. It's like a little box on wheels, but it was getting overcrowded when I would bring people with me, and I'd always have to take the dogs because I don't have anybody to watch them, and so I felt bad. So I just figured the bus would be a good kind of a home away from home comfy spot / researcher thing. So I got all those windows I'm keeping. So when I want to research, I'll open them all up and let them look at me and see what I can get. And then when I don't, I'll just close it. So yes, I am. I'm so excited. I got a bus.
So what size bus did you get?
The biggest.
Go big or go home, right?
Yes, the big one. Absolutely.
So you got to tell me, how's it like driving it? Is it hard to drive, or?
I tried it for a second, and then I was like, no, David, you got to do it. David's like, I was like, you got to train me for a little bit. You gotta let me watch you. And it's intimidating. He was intimidated at first, but then he got the hang of it real quick. But
right.
I mean, I'll get it. I'm just not in that big of a hurry. I just want to get to the place. I don't care who's driving, but I'll practice when I got like a big parking space area. As soon as I get insurance on it, I'm not gonna practice until then. So,
So what are your plans for it? What are you gonna do it up
oh,
and
I just hope that I can stay longer in these locations, and how they're following me out of these locations into the field. And they'll follow me home. So, and I can't really do much research because I don't want them to be interacting with me too much here because of my son and my animals. I don't know what they're gonna do or what could happen. So I don't really uh work with them too much here at home. So I'm hoping that I can get them to kind of come. They're seeing that she's camping here, she's in this. They can get away with walking around it easier and all that stuff. So I'm gonna park my butt up right up against a trail, like I always do, with my back door open, and invite them. Hopefully they'll come towards the bus and look through the windows, and people can hopefully see
Oh,
things.
wow.
Because I mean, I always feel bad because I can't stay long because of work and stuff, and then it's cold or it's hot and it's uncomfortable, and I really don't want to be sleeping out in the woods in the middle of the night.
mm-hmm.
So
Especially
I
in a
was
tent.
Yeah.
right, right. I've already tried that. I did not like it. It was the most. I haven't done it since. You guys saw that one video, and I even put that on member mode because it was getting so much hate because I had my dogs with me, and it was stupid. But at the same time, I wasn't expecting to see anything at that time. I
Right.
wasn't even fully into squatching yet. I was just going to the place thinking, what's the odds? And I didn't really understand that they were attracted to me yet. I didn't get that. I thought I was having to go look for them, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like they look for you. So what happened? Tell the audience what happened to you in your little tent out there in the woods.
Well, I went to Salt Fork, and I drive around, and I don't really talk about it too much, but I drive around so I get it's the feeling of being watched, like something's watching you. So I'll go there, and then I'll look around for sites of any structures, or I don't know, anything, noises, footprints, trails, any of that kind of stuff. But I was there, and I found these two structures on each side of this road. Just went forever. It was like a gravel road, and it just went. And there was these two structures that they made. I'm like, oh sweet, I found structures. This is where my tent's gonna go. So I put my tent there. And I did a fire, and my dog was already looking down the trail. I don't know if that was like a portal spot for them or what it was, but they weren't happy. And I got a lot of knocks on the tent. Things were thrown at the tent. Things were running around the tent, walking around the tent, just all kinds of crazy stuff. And I actually took off. I didn't stay long. I didn't have the tent long, and I got in the car and I left. But people were saying that I shouldn't have brought my dogs and things, and I didn't you know what I mean? You're just camping with your dogs. You don't expect
Right.
a squatch to come trying to eat them, especially when you're just now getting into the field.
Right.
So it was just that. And I mean, they chased me out. I put my dogs in the truck, warmed it up because I was just letting it warm, trying to figure out, what are you? Let me see you. Just let me see you. What are you doing? And I would go back, and they would try to stop me from going back down the trail. Like, they got me out, and then they wouldn't let me back in. And I said, screw it, I'm going home. And I haven't been back since because that was terrifying. I actually drew my piece of gum for because I was nervous because I didn't the steps, man. I was on that floor in that tent, and when they would run by, it was quaking. You could feel boom, 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 and I could feel it in I didn't like it. I haven't been in a tent since on my channel. And that was like 2 years ago. So no more tents. And then I was like, fine, I'll do the squaggin'. And it was fine for a minute. And I really love my squaggin', and it's good for like just me or the dogs or me and one other person. But then it's kind of awkward that you're like this close breathing on each other's face when you're not, that kind of thing. It's
Mm-hmm.
weird, really weird. So, I still love my squaggin'. It'll always be my squaggin', but I just had to go big. And I was like, I don't want to get a small bus and then need to grow bigger later. I just kind of want to be
Right.
small and then grow in this bus. And if I need more buses and more teammates, then fine, so be it. We'll do it.
Is that where
But
you see
yeah.
yourself going in the future?
Oh God,
The
I
whole
hope. I
crew?
mean, I would like you guys. I mean, meeting up with y'all and going out there and looking, and trying different tactics because I have so many ideas that I want to try and I can't do it on my own.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care to be the bait. I don't care. You guys got drones and stuff. Camp around there. We'll have a camping site, and I'll just go walk in the woods and have a drone follow me in. You know what I mean? Like, and you can report back to me what you're seeing. Like, I can't see anything, so you guys see a body heat, whatever. So I mean, yeah, I want to work with more people. I don't want it to just always be me, and I'm not trying to be like all the others that gatekeep this stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I would love for everybody just to get together and try to figure it out instead of being like, oh, this is my place and secret. I do have a secret place, but I only call it that because I got followed there, so I don't want to call it by its name anymore. So I just call it my secret place. It's not really secret.
Right.
But
Right.
you know, if people email me and ask where these locations are, I'll tell them, just please don't follow me there when you know that I'm there. Like, I don't tell anybody where I'm at live and stuff like that, because I was actually having people follow me and it was really weird. I mean,
hmm
the way they were going about it was weird. Like, it was fine because in this one location they knew where I was at, and it's my hot spot, and there's like a huge hill up there where cars can line up, and I would
Right.
have 7 or 8 cars up there watching. That's fine,
Right.
but don't get up behind my car and come in the woods and follow me and track me down with lights. That's just, don't do that.
Absolutely.
That's creepy. Yeah.
I've got people going to my spots, putting trail markers on it, trying to make it look like eye shine. You know, I mean,
Yeah, I would notice different stuff like that. I've noticed trail cameras in my spots too, but I don't care. I mean, it's like a lot of these people know where I'm at. They're like, oh, she's fake, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and put all your stuff out there. I don't care. You're just going to see
right.
me out there looking like an idiot. Like,
Well,
like you're just going to see this girl with all this stuff and like these glow balls. The best thing ever. They go nuts over them. Both dogmen and Bigfoot. Bigfoot more than dogmen, but I have
huh.
caught so much amazing footage with just these balls. Excuse me.
Maybe I can
And
get Bigfoot to bring me one of your balls, and then I can.
dude, now that you said that, there was a guy that he was in one of the parks that I go, one of the 3 that I go camping in, and he was camping and he was there all night, or I think he was there for like 2 nights. And every night the sounds would get more louder and more active. Well, I think it was the second night or the third night, he kept seeing this glow outside of his tent. It was one of my balls from my state parks that I go to. He was
Oh
camping
wow!
right around in my area, and they left it there. I mean, unless somebody else is using cat balls for them, then I don't know who else's cat ball it could have been. And it was in the park that I was in, just like around the corner from where I was doing my research. I
That's
thought
so
that was
cool.
amazing. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, that's my cat ball. He did not understand. He's like, what is that? He was freaking out. I'm like, it's my cat ball. It's my cat ball. So yeah, it's really cool.
You know what really got me too is actually Jessie had brought it to my attention. We were having a conversation one night, and she said, "I got to tell you something." I was like, "What?" She's like, "Did you know that you and Dee are having the same things happen in your shows?"
Yeah,
And
she
I was
mentioned
like,
that last time. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, she mentioned that last time with the thermal camera of mine,
"So,
I believe.
what was it, Jessie, that you had noticed? You noticed some things."
Well, just a lot of the stuff that is going on is happening around the same time frame, and that's what I think is very strange. Is that even though the distance between the both of you, things that are happening, I wonder if it correlates with like the seasons, the moon, the what, but it within days apart. If you guys are doing a boots on the ground within days or even the same night, the things that are happening are very similar between the EVPs that come through or the strange lights or the amount of activity. I mean, and then and the whole one of the main reasons why I think it's interesting is because a lot of people do say that everybody is faking it in the field, but how can you fake it if
I don't
you
even
have
know. Yeah,
people are having
Yeah.
the same things going on in separate locations across the country?
right.
I mean, that's it. I think that's an excellent point of base of research to figure out what is going on and what the connection is. I think it's really interesting.
I don't know. I do know that to a point, I think they're wanting to communicate
Hmm.
in a sense. I just don't know if they trust it completely, or who to trust, or what to do, or how we're gonna act, or whatever. Because they've showed themselves to me so many times, and I've acted a fool, which I've learned to calm down a little bit, and it's exciting still. Like when the one I just recently caught a Bigfoot cloaking, he just right on camera, and I just
Oh,
wigged
no.
out. I'm like, oh my god, I wasn't scared. I was scared that he was just gonna vanish and it would pop up right next to me. That's what I was thinking. Like he could vanish like that. He's gonna be right next to me, and right there he is. That's all I kept thinking. That's the only thing I was scared of. But it blew me away, and I could not believe I just caught that. And so I'm on live stream just freaking out because now I've caught a dogman cloaking and a Bigfoot cloaking. And it just blows
Wow.
me away that they're not stupid.
Yeah.
Why all of a sudden are they showing this stuff? They know that I'm on a camera. They know that I got something because I've caught them swirling around me, and they can see that I'm holding something that's showing the woods. I know. Hopefully they're not that stupid. I don't know, but
Well,
I think they're wanting to communicate in some.
Belinda wants me to ask you about the footprints that you found in the snow. She
Oh,
has been. I mean, this has really got her attention.
Belinda's amazing, man. She is crazy in a good way. She's like a fanatic about this stuff. It's amazing. Yes, I was going just walking, and this is right behind the ranger station, man. And they say they don't know anything. You're liars. Liars. I know you know something.
Right.
Because it's right behind their ranger station, and they had a bunch of these lean-tos and all this stuff and structures, and then I was going back here and filming, and then I went back and they were gone. So these guys are cutting these structures down, and there's footprints and all this stuff happening. I've caught them running across the light behind them because I was between the ranger station and it was between me and the ranger station, and I had it pointed, and the light was lighting up the woods, and you could see her running, and she had something on her back. Like I thought it was a female because you saw the hoo-haws, tatas, and then you could see something on her back. And that's the same path as what I'm getting at, is where those footprints were. But the first set that I found were not big footprints. They were really spread. Like I was thinking big bird, but even an ostrich foot isn't that big. My foot, it was like 2.5 of my feet, and I wear a
Oh,
7.
wow.
That's a
Seven.
big foot.
Yeah, 7. I wear my boots as an 8 because I need that space because extra socks. But yeah, I wear a 7. So but it had 5 toes, and it was splayed out like like that, like it looked like a bird or a T-Rex or something. It was really weird, and it was chasing the deer but it was it went through a tree. Like the one that I saw, there was a footprint behind it. It was left right, and they were really spaced apart, but there was a little tiny tree. It didn't go around it, it went through it. Like the footprints, the footprints were still straight on. Like I don't know how it went around and still kept the feet straight without coming off you know what I mean? Like the footprint, if it went around the tree, it would be off a little bit instead of a straight line.
Do you think it
Right.
went over like how big was the tree?
Oh, it was big, round, tall tree.
So it was tall.
It like just went through it and ran through. And then, it's a debate because I didn't realize that, I got a lot of people telling me the last prints that I caught were squirrel. It could have been, I'm not sure 100%, but there was these prints, and there was these 2 trees, and it was like 4 or 5 prints, and it had these 2 claws at the big toe and the pinky toe, kind of like, and you could see the little toes in the middle. And then it was just 5 steps from one tree to the next, but on one of the tree it started at, there was prints behind the tree, so it went around it or went through it. But then the other tree it came to, it just disappeared and went up into the tree. Squirrel, no squirrel, I don't know. But they were really big. They're about like this big. I never got close enough to a squirrel to see, but they were a little bit bigger than my prints. So I don't know. But that place I've caught a lot of prints at. I get a lot of I've casted prints from there with a little tiny skinny heel and a big old foot at the end of it.
Hey,
Yeah.
Figgy was actually had a question here about Dogman using a cell phone.
What?
Yeah, go back
never heard
to
of that.
Figgy's question.
Figgy. Let me look.
Yeah, I think
What did-
Figgy was saying something about the dogmen were using a cell phone.
Like
She left the phone on the
a
back
cell
of
phone,
her
or because
porch
I
at
use a
night.
cell phone to talk to spirits and stuff. Like I don't know if that's what she means, like the spirit box through my cell phone. I don't know. Because I've never heard of that.
Let me look at this one.
And then New England Dirt Road says, Mike, can you ask Dee why she didn't go with the dogmen that showed up at her house? I think that's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to know what they have in store for me. No.
I don't want to be a willful sacrifice.
I'm not, I mean, unless they let me get on camera and just show me something, but no.
A
So,
quick question: how do these Dogman and Bigfoot? How do they interact with those balls?
They'll pick them
Like, what do
up.
they?
I've had it on video where, because a lot of people get mad at me because I don't shine the spotlight immediately, but I'm stunned. And then I'm like, oh yeah, spotlight. But on one of my videos, I left some balls and a bunch of balls behind and all this stuff. And I turn around and I see the glow ball glowing like it does. And I watch it go up. So I turn the spotlight on and it's something, just, there's nothing there, but it drops in thin air. Just, it's in thin air and drops. It's floating, nothing's holding it. So I run over to it and then I hear sticks cracking to my right. So something had it and took off when I came running for it. But yeah, there was nothing there. It was like looking at the ball, and when it saw me notice it, it was like, oh, oops. Like,
so before you hit it with the light, could you see any like dark shadow or silhouette or anything? No,
no, it
floating ball.
was black, and I just saw the blue red going, and I'm like, oh, my ball. And then I zoom in and you can see it get picked going up higher, and then I turn the light on and it just drops it.
Oh.
I've got it on film. It's on one of my videos. I'm sure the adventurers know which one it is.
Have you ever, and this happens to me, and I'm sure it's happened to you, Dee, and I don't, maybe this will help the viewers kind of understand. You're like me. You're out there alone a lot. And when we're out there alone, we have to carry all of our equipment, which I don't get to use all my equipment because there's no way you can do it being alone. And I try to explain to them, they say, more light, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. And I'm like, okay, what y'all don't understand is I'm trying to keep your camera on what I'm looking at. I'm trying to keep you focused. I'm trying to see around me because I got light shining back in my face. I have to worry about my safety. So the big light, which is in my other hand, it has to go and be put up so I can pull out my protection in case I need to defend myself. So there's a whole lot going on behind the camera. I think the viewers aren't seeing.
Oh no, that's what I was gonna show with my thing here. This is my setup, guys, when I'm out there, okay? I've got this light. You guys are being held with this light. I've got this in my pocket, and then I've got my spotlight. I have to take the spotlight away to zoom in and out. So you guys can, like, what is that? I zoom you in. And then I got to hurry up and get the spotlight again. And then this starts beeping. So I drop my spotlight and I hurry take this out. And I'm like, frick it, I'll just turn this off, drop that, hold the camera, and I can hold this and then spotlight it. I get what you're saying. And honestly, my adventures know I mean love, but bite me. Okay? It's stressful and it's cold or it's hot and I'm sorry. And yes, I have all these bags that they have sent me and I try to use all of them. But, and then I got 5 people that sent me something. They're like, where's my bag? And I'm like, I've got on so-and-so's bag. I don't have your bag right now. But I mean, I've got all these things and they do help, but I put more in them. And then I've got more to deal with. So the more bags that I have is the more crap I cram in. And then I'm still doomed. So I get.
And I'm sure you carry protection also. And what I tell everybody is we're going to make sure that we're safe when we're going home. It's more important to me to leave safely than to catch something on video so somebody can see it coming at me.
Right. Well, I mean,
getting ate alive is a scary thought.
Yes, but I get it because I'm watching my video. I'll go back and watch my video and I'm like, bitch, what are you doing? Like, I can't, where'd it go? Like, you just saw something. Like, I get mad at myself as a viewer of my own video. So I get it. But as the person that's there, I've learned to sit, like, I'll go to run and I'll be like, wait a minute. Okay, get it. Okay, now I'm going to go. Because I've learned to stop because I make myself mad. Like, God, I could have had a good shot of that. So you guys will see me turn. And I'm like, wait. Okay, here, guys, look. And then, I leave. But, it's really, it's hard. And it, I'm tired of explaining that. And like, people are like, oh, well, you should be better at it by now. You've been doing it so long. It don't matter. It doesn't
No.
matter how long I've been doing it. Even though I know they're tall and I know they're this stuff, every time I see them, it's a shock. It's like, oh God, that was so tall. Like, it, you can't get used to it. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I was with it every day and learning with it for a few years at a time, maybe, but there's no getting used to it. There's a crack behind you, crack over here, crack over there, up there, and you're just trying to get, okay, am I going to catch one? Which one's you just crack? Can I go over here and look? And then I'm swinging the camera and they're like, D, I'm getting sick. And I'm like, I got one crashing behind me. And that's all I say. I just hold the camera. I'm like, okay, I got movement behind me, guys. I'm going to move slow. And, you know, it sucks because I just want to move the camera, hurry where I hear things. Because I was getting better screenshots sent to me when I was moving fast to catch the sounds than moving slow so people don't get sick. But then I don't want to make people sick and not watch my videos. But when I would hurry up and move to that spot, you guys could catch screenshots way better because there was something there. But, you know, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. So I mean, I don't hate anybody for it, and I'm cool with it. It's just the truth.
Right.
People
It
are always
sucks.
going to
I'm
find a reason
Aquarius.
to
Don't ask me
criticize
if you
you.
don't want to know the answer. I'm too honest with people. I swear it. I'm getting myself in trouble. But, you know.
Right. And Lily,
Well,
thank
people
you
in the
for that.
no,
But
go ahead.
another
Sorry.
thing I say is people get on a lot about, I'm not here to convince anybody anything. I don't have to turn the camera on. I can enjoy this on my own, do my own thing, but I want to share with people because people need to be aware. Before I even started this, it was just I would watch the shows hoping they'd catch something. Oh my God, you guys should have seen me when they found that corpse of Bigfoot and it happened to be stuffed with all these organs and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, they found this Bigfoot and it was all over the news and I was trying to get the news because my cable was off or whatever. It's just like 10, 11 years ago. And I was racing to the news because I wanted to hear it because I wanted it to be real.
Right.
And it, you know, that's all I could get to. I didn't know myself going out. That's not what I started out doing. It was paranormal. I was always surrounded by spirits. So it wasn't that hard. I was just trying to find new locations for people to enjoy instead of me going to the same spots.
Right.
Just
Right.
thought state park, and then everybody's starting to see these things in my videos. I mean, it just happened. My intentions were not set on these guys. Now it is.
Mm.
All over it.
So
And
I
I
have a
remember when I first.
question.
Oh, go ahead.
It's just a quick question. Someone mentioned something about you were having dogmen at your house.
Hmm.
Could you explain a little bit about that?
Which
Like,
which
what was
time?
Well, I don't know. This
Oh,
is what they're
no.
saying in the chat, so that's why
Oh
I
no,
was just
you're
kind of
fine,
like,
honey. No, I just don't know which time. Okay, so well, the first time I don't know if it was like visiting this turtle that I had. I had this turtle that was being rehabbed. She's out in my yard hibernating now somewhere out there, and she's wild. She's a wild turtle, but I was rehabbing her, and I let her loose out in the yard, and she dug under my shed and's living under there. But so I don't know if it followed me home and it was just looking through my window to talk to the turtle or look at the turtle or want to eat the turtle. I don't know because that's the only thing I could think that would have brought him to my window. Because when I was walking in, my door doesn't latch. I have to pick it up and pull a jug. Bobby Lee, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I had to take this jug and bend down and pull it to hold the door closed, like a water jug. Big old water jug. Pulled it. And when I bent down, I had just happened to look and I saw these two green eyes. And I'm like, I know my light's out in my neighbor's yard. Hold on a minute. So I went and grabbed my camera. And I came back and I'm looking and I'm like, what is that? It's not moving. And then all of a sudden it looked away. And I'm like, hey, and it looked back. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. And they're really close together, but they're big. In my windows, I've measured it on camera. The bottom seal is like 6 foot, 7 foot, the bottom line. So anything above that, you got to be 6 foot above. So its eyes are in the middle at like the 8 foot mark, 9 foot mark. It's ducking down. And I rewind it where it shows it ducking up and down. And it's just looking at me. And I was talking, I'm like, hey, and it looked right back at me. That's the first one. That's the first one that I saw. And I was like, because I mean, I would get knocking and stuff, but I didn't see them. So I wasn't for sure what it was, but I knew it wasn't a Bigfoot because the eyes were too close. And if I could imagine the head with it, I would have imagined a square, smaller head, not a big round. Because I've seen the eyes on a Bigfoot, and they're really far apart when they glow, and they're real round, and they're usually like a silver or red, or this was like a green. So then I got to thinking like maybe it was a creepy person looking in at me, and it had night vision or something, like the goggles, like when you've looked at goggles.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But then I got to measuring, and I'm like, there's no way, unless they've got a 7-foot soldier out there looking through my windows, then no, it's not possible. But then I got a video of them, and it was every time I would leave this location, I would be interacting with them. They'd follow me out, and I'd get too scared, and I'd leave. And by the time I got home, they were already waiting on me. They would be on my roof, cracking, walking, thumping. But now they just come around about 2:30, about 12 o'clock, in between 12 o'clock, 2:30, and they'll just make a noise and knock for a couple hours. I had about a couple weeks ago for 3 or 4 days straight. Just knock, knock, knock. Wait till I go to fall asleep. Knock, knock, knock. But I also was telling them last time I was on this, I actually have a picture when they were walking on my roof. You could hear the wood creaking, like it was gonna bow in. It was like it was creaking, and I was freaking. The air got what creeped me out was how cold it got. I didn't know that they could like, I know they can mess with fog and all that kind of stuff. I did not know they can mess with temperature. I thought that was like demon stuff, right? Well, you can see my breath, and I'm shivering, and it's got cold, and it's like, I don't know, March, April-ish, somewhere around in there. But you can see in the back behind me, one of them stick their head in. You can actually see where they're like looking straight in, and they move their eyes to the right. You can see all the white and the pupils looking at me. And it looks like I have a dog man's head mounted on my wall. And I don't. I mean, nothing's there. It's just a sheet that covers my window. So they can peek through your walls. And I've learned all that just by them coming to the house. So, I mean, there's a bunch of different times, and I have them on video. And I've even got thermal camera. Speaking of the windows, the first seal, there's 2 panels. So I can put I thought it's high enough. If it's a Bigfoot or something and they go by, I'll catch it. Maybe a top of their head or something. That'll be a height measurement I can have. So I put it in there and wedged it. And so that would have been like 8.5, 9 foot off the ground, pointing straight out. It wasn't leaning, wasn't tilting, straight, stuffed with a book behind it. So it was wedged and wouldn't move. And I just left the thermal playing. Well, then that's when that thing walked by. And 2 things walked by. This thing with bulgy, weird eyeballs and this thing, and then this other thing that looks like a dog head in a man's shoulders walks by. And I mean, I got ripped apart by that video, and it's still up. I haven't taken that down. I'm not, because I know how I placed that camera. I know how tall that camera was. Nobody that lives here knows that I'm even a YouTuber except for my neighbor.
Right.
Or, and anyway, but yes, they do come to my house a lot, and it's died down a little bit because all they're doing is knocking. I think the ones that were crawling all over my roof have gotten too big, and now they can't. I don't think they trust my ceiling or my roof, so they don't crawl up there anymore.
Well, speaking of size, what are the ranges of height have you seen them at?
Usually they're kneeling down, so I don't know. I just know that they're too big for how low they're kneeling. When I had the one that I had standing, that I caught cloaking, that was standing there with its arms and it was just doing its thing, I'd say it was about 7 foot. I was on top of a hill, and it went down like a little dip, and he was there, and I was looking straight at him, like not looking down, not looking straight at him. So, I mean, at 7 foot at least, but I know they don't get any bigger than, that I know of, that I've seen, no bigger than 8.5, 9 foot. I've never seen anything bigger than that.
That makes sense, because there were people out there that would mention them being up to like 15, 20 feet. And I'm just like, I drive a semi. The
Right.
height of it is 13 and 6, right? So 13 feet, 6 inches.
Right.
And for it to be taller than that
Hector.
already, it's ridiculous,
Thank you, Hector.
So
I'm listening. Sorry. I was thinking.
oh
You're good.
oh yeah. So yeah, and that's why I was just wondering to hear it from someone who's been active in the field and talking about this and
Yeah, they
living with them. I just wanted to know, just curious.
there's absolutely a total difference in these guys. One, I noticed that, and I can see why they get the dog man reference, because if you look at Bigfoot, they do say they have a human like aspect, and they do. When you look at their eyes, it's like you got somebody in a costume looking at you, just a really good costume, and they're looking at you. That's what it looks like. But the dog men, their eyes are all black. There's no, you might have like a little tiny bit of white around the black, but it's like a shark eye. Another difference is with like Bigfoot, you rarely see a neck. It's kind of like the muscles go into the neck, and when they turn, you kind of see them move their shoulder. Like a big dude with muscles, he can't he can't turn right. I mean, not saying they can, but you also see them shift their shoulders a bit. With the dog men, they turn their heads. They don't shift like that. So you actually see the neck. Their wrists, they got wrists like ours. Bigfoot, it's like their bicep into their hand. There's no wrist. It's like, I don't know, forearm to hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Right,
there's no
right.
ankles either. Like I know they got ankles, but their leg just goes into their foot. And it does come down a little, but it's not prominent like ours is. Dogman is very, I mean, it looks like a buff dude is in a costume if you take the head off with really long nails and good, like a good costume. You know what I mean? Like he's like Hollywood worthy. And then you
Right.
got the head, and then you see it moving, and I've got dogs. I've worked with dogs, and I know the muscles and stuff, and it's so creepy. So creepy how they look and how they work their face. And like, when a dog pants, you kind of think they're smiling, or they are smiling. They're panting and smiling, not them. There's no teeth showing at a lot unless they want you to see them. When the one that was smiling at me, it was the front teeth, like like you tell your dog to smile and it does. It's like that's all he was doing. He wasn't like he was just he was like, I'm okay, don't be scared. Like it was really weird.
I think
And
that would scare me more.
yeah, I'd never seen one smile before, and then I was sitting here thinking that a lot of people say they smile at them when they, like, I heard about the story about the guy that was getting it came to the side of his car and was running with him and looked into his car and smiled at him. I'm like, whatever, dude. Maybe it's just like is panting because it's running real. Nah, it was smiling. I know that now, and because I'm a skeptic at heart too. Like some people tell me stories, I'm like, okay, guy, but then I'm like, dude, you got some crazy ass stories. Who's gonna believe that? Like I tell people off the internet because I don't. When I tell people what I do in normal life, I'm like, oh god, I kind of I'm a little embarrassed about it because it's like these are like just average, everyday, don't think about that stuff people, and they're not looking for it online. So when you're looking for it online, I don't care to tell you about it. If you ask me about it, I don't care to tell you about it. But it's just really weird, and just some of the stories I've heard interfere with how I do research because it terrifies me. And then I realize that so far, I haven't dealt with any of that. I mean, as a trucker, I've heard hundreds of stories of trucks being robbed by these guys, and that's just crazy. That terrifies me because, like, I don't know. Have you ever heard the story of the one trucker where he was being mind smoked by the woman, the female dog man? Anybody? No. Okay.
No.
There was this guy. He was going down the highway, and he was going at like 65, 70 miles an hour, and all of a sudden he felt a huge like shake on the back of his truck, and it was fishing in the back, and he went to go slow down and stop, and he heard a voice in his head, and it sounded like a woman, and it said, don't slow down, don't stop, or you will die. We're robbing you, keep driving, we're going to take what we want and leave. I don't know what he had on his truck.
Wow.
I don't know what it was, but he kept driving, and then when he pulled over finally, when it was over, he saw all the claw marks where they ripped into the back to rip the handle off, in the back to open the doors. That was just one of many stories that I've heard.
Did you hear the one about the trucker that was pulling the load of hogs, and he had a flat, and whenever he was changing the flat, they ripped the back of the trailer open and ended up slaughtering a couple of the hogs?
But I believe it.
Yeah,
See?
that happened in Arkansas.
I want to know, like, what's the highway? Are they near a state park? Because you guys know my theory about the wild ones, the state parks, and the national parks. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Right.
So I want to know, are these rogues? Are they out? Are they near a state park when they're driving? Or a national park? Or is this just like the wilderness of the mountains that you're just driving through and there's no people and no, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of
Right.
want to know the areas because I want to know, because to me, from what my research is, because it's state parks and national parks, that had to probably have been away from people in parks, and it was the wild, like just the Wild West for them.
Mm.
Because I don't hear that kind of stuff around national parks or state parks. That's making me wonder, where was it? Where did it happen?
Right. And
That's
I,
a
and
good point. Yeah.
I have Kelly. I wrote down Kelly. It's been a little while. Kelly had a question, so I wrote it down. Kelly, I didn't forget. Kelly wanted you to talk about how when the dogman grinned that it is cartoonish looking, and James wanted me to have you talk just a little bit about when you were grabbed by the hair. What do you think it was, and why do you think it did it?
Okay, so the first one, did it look cartoonish? Honestly, it just looked like a dog lifted its two, like it just, you know how you take a dog's mouth and you go, with its nose? It's like it
Oh
lifted
yeah.
that part. It didn't look cartoonish. It just looked like it. Have you ever seen a sarcastic person try to be nice and smile at you, but they're really being an
Yeah.
ASS?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
like that. It's like, I'm not mean. You know, it was kind of like that. No cartoony, no, it was intentional, but fake. Like, what he was like, he was trying to show me, hey, I'm not mean, but it's like, you know, try to make us put a smiley face on a spider. That's going to creep me out even more.
and
Okay.
Jeez.
and you're
Don't do that.
talking about what everybody talks about. Everybody talks about that smile. And if you notice, people say it wasn't, because most people want, they won't say it was a growl. They won't
Right.
say he looked mad. They'll say it smiled at me.
Mm-hmm. And it's like I don't know if like everybody smiles the same, and I kind of like the nefarious grin I could see is when when they're running and they got that smile and like a regular dog does, and they look happy and their mouth's wide open. And I mean, I got pit bulls, so they like got ginormous heads and mouths, so when they're happy. But there's that smile, and then there's this little hi, I'm your friend
Yeah.
smile, and I don't like that one.
Yeah.
And then what was the second question again? I'm sorry.
Um, about when you was grabbed by the hair,
Oh,
what do you
okay.
think done it, and why did it do it?
I've been asking that same question. I don't know. Now, there's people that I've talked with that have theories, and one is that whatever I was dealing with or going to be dealing with before that attack. Okay, so there's this thing that charged us before I got pulled. So I'm wondering if that thing was coming back and that thing was like, no, I got claims on her kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's
Mhm.
Oh
mine. I don't
wow.
think so. You can have that dude over there kind of thing. I don't know, because there was other things ducking in the field that I was in, and I've got slow-mos and shorts of that showing that when I was standing there before I got pulled, there was things ducking as I was panning my light. Because I'll take my light and I'll hold my camera a little sideways, so when my light leaves, the camera will still catch things, because the light looks like it's gone, but the camera can still see, and I'll catch things ducking. But other theories are they didn't like who I was with. Another thing, making claims on me, like she's mine kind of thing. Or three, that it just wanted to take me. But at the same time, I don't believe that because of how fast these things can move. And I doubt, I mean, I'm not tiny, but I'm not, a huge blubber butt, so I don't have a lot of weight that they got to be worried about to move slow. It's like they're not working with a semi or anything.
They ain't gonna be running fast if they grab me. I guarantee you.
No. But I mean, I'm just saying I wasn't going to be holding them back
Both in the
too
same
much.
cap
But
there.
I really don't know, and I just know that it could have been worse. They could have went faster. They could have ran me from this point to that point in milliseconds and never been seen again. They didn't have to grab me. They could have just, and I wouldn't have been able to do nothing else. Okay, just from the back. I mean, once it had a hold of me, it could have done a lot more. I don't know. That's the thing. That's what I'm still nervous about. You all notice that I've kind of been weary about going into the woods now, all my ventures. I don't go
Oh,
in that deep unless I got somebody with me. I've been stunned by it, but I'm trying to push forward because I don't know what it was. But I remember the feeling, and the hair was like, okay, I've never touched a pig. But when you see the hair and the skin together, you kind of have an imagination of like a leathery, coursey, puby feeling to it. And that's what it was like. So I just said it looked and felt like a pig. Cause I didn't look at it. I only felt it. Cause when I grabbed it, um, I felt the claws in the back of my head. So it had claws, and I had some scratches and some hair missing and all this. And this thing was tall because, not to bring it up or anything, but I've been in a DB before, and I've been drugged before, and my whole back was messed up all the way down, the back of my legs, my butt, all that stuff. This thing, my heels were barely touching the ground when I was kicking. So it had me up. It was tall, whatever it was. And I was barely touching the ground. But it had a wrist like ours. Because I remember that when I grabbed it, its fist, when it had its fist on my stuff, I couldn't, it wasn't sliding no more. Like I hit this, and then I just felt that, I just wigged out because it was really thick, oily. I don't even remember if there was a smell. It was just a quick second before I lost it. I just blacked out, because if you hear in the video, he had to scream at me to wake me up. He's like, "Hey," because I was just gone. He could see it in my eyes. I wasn't there. And yeah, I don't remember much. It's just that split. Like if I could slow that second down, that's all I can get out of it, is remembering the oil, the thick of the wrist, and that it was a wrist, and the hair. And then that's all I remember. I didn't even think, I thought I was drugged farther than I was, but I also couldn't believe how far I was drugged.
right. You
So
know,
prior, oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll go after.
So prior to that, had you been out? Because that was with David, right? That you were out with that
No,
night?
I was
Oh,
with I was exploring with Bear.
oh, Bear. So were you out prior to with Bear, or were you out the last time you had been out in the woods? Was that by yourself?
No, we had met up, and because he has these things with these locations with barns and stuff like that. So I found this barn with David, and I invited him out to come out with me and explore it, because David could be there and I didn't want to be by myself. So I brought him, and he met me, and we were both supposed to be camping there. We were there for 2 days. The first night, really much, it was just we didn't even record much of anything because nothing happened. He was kind of late, so we didn't do much of anything. We slept a little bit. The next day, we did try to do a daytime video, and didn't get much out of that. And then we did the field, where the strange fog just came in, and we just went out there to do that. And then that's the only thing. And then we went to go down by the bridge, and then we came back, and that's when that happened. So I mean, no, we weren't there long. We didn't. I mean, I've been there a bunch of times by myself during the day, and with David and my dogs and stuff. But no, we didn't. I didn't. Nothing by myself or abnormal or anything like that.
Because that was kind of my first thought process to it, was that maybe it was a domination sign thing, like they didn't want you around him, and were
That's where a lot of people went, was him, because I don't have problems like that with David. Because David, when he goes with me, I don't get a lot of aggression or anything. I mean, they act normal when he's there. I mean, somewhat normal. They don't go all out while he's there, but um, I don't know, because he does his own videos and he gets his own stuff going on. So I don't understand. I don't know if it was just because it was my location and they didn't like him. I don't know. I don't know if I was close to some babies. I don't know if I stepped on something that they were nesting and making. I don't have a clue what happened. I just know that that's how I don't even know what I did to watch myself the next time. I don't know. I don't know. They didn't tell me. They didn't stick a note to my back. I don't know what I did, but I
What I
did not like
find
it.
interesting about your encounter is you said that when it grabbed you, how you were out of it. And in a lot of these cases, and people go missing, they don't yell for help, or they don't make a noise, or they even the children that are right next door that are consumed alive, that are attacked, there is no noise. And you said that you were kind of in that daze. So it makes me wonder, do they have a way of putting you in that hypnotic state to where they can take you away to where you're in that? I'm sure you wouldn't know, you probably don't remember, but you know, that would be something that really popped into my mind. Is that why we don't hear screams? Like, my kid was right here and then he was gone and we never heard anything, you know?
That, and I think that it's the whole fight or flight thing. I've been through I've seen a lot of stuff, and that's why people are like, oh, if she got scared by this thing, why would she go back? Because I'm a gluttony for trauma. I'm a glutton for trauma, okay? I've just been through so much that, it scares me, but I got to know why. And I get, because I've been there
Right.
with people and in situations I've been where I just froze and things happened that shouldn't have happened. And you think, oh, if this ever happens to me, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And, oh, if you always plan what you're going to do, but when it happens, no, it's not how it works. Your brain will take over in those situations, and you'll either act a fool, you'll clam up, you'll pass out, you'll scream. But also,
Murphy's Law.
I think that it's how fast they move with you. Because if they can move like that, and a kid is nothing, you could be walking, they pick it up from the tree, and they know to grab the mouth. They're not stupid. They know where the sound comes from.
Right.
They just grab the mouth, up, gone. You didn't hear nothing.
And at the speed that they can move through that terrain, I mean,
and you get jerked like that quick. You don't.
Yeah.
I've been pushed and didn't make any noise. I fell one time. I was pushed and I just laid there. I didn't even breathe. I didn't even know that's what I did until I was editing my video. I didn't breathe. I just played dead. I possummed. You killed me. I didn't breathe. I didn't make a noise. Everybody's like, what? That's fake. She's not, what is that? No, I didn't know what to do. My brain made my body shut down. And that's what scares me, is you don't know how you're going to react. You don't know what you're going to do. And then everybody's like, oh, why don't you just pull the gun out, and blam, blam. It ain't going to do no good. For one, you're just going to tick them off more. Right. And you better be a good shot, because if they zoom, and right in your face, what are you going to do?
People don't understand either. Whenever I worked, I was a field training officer, and you could have somebody that came out of the academy or out of school, top of the line, the best shot, the run the fastest or furthest. But whenever something happens that is traumatic to them, they can fail, freeze, and be worthless to you. And then people will say to me, why do you go back and chase these things if you know? Okay, as an officer, why did I go back to work the next day? Because there's something beyond that we're trying to get to, something that is important to us.
Right. Well, there's like firefighters and stuff like that. I say that all the time. That's my only example I go to. Why is that firefighter? He knows he could die running into that building to save those people, or running into the building to save that dog, whatever. But he does it every day, or she every day. And they know. I know what the dangers are. I don't need people to tell me that, oh, this is dangerous. I know that. I'm not stupid. I mean, you might think I am, but I'm not. And I've always said on my video, let me go. If this is how I'm going to go, let me go. Just let me get on camera. That's going to go down in history, and it's going to prove that this thing's happening. Like the radiation detector I've had. You got to get a radiation detector, take it out there with you. It's insane. These things are putting off radiation. That's the only way I can tell they're around me or that close to me.
You mean like a Geiger counter?
Yes.
He has one. He doesn't always take it with him.
Yeah, I do carry one. Jesse has a theory on we actually talked about it last night, the Geiger counter, the video camera, and footprints. And I'll let you tell that, Jesse. That was your theory.
Real quick, I don't want to end this, but I got to use the restroom. Am I allowed to take like a 2-minute break or
sure?
Anything?
Yeah.
I don't know how the podcasts work, but I got to go potty.
Okay,
I don't want to be rude. So,
no,
can I come back?
Sure. Yeah, just come back and I'll put you back on when you're ready, and we'll just continue.
I'll be right back. I don't want this to end because I'm having fun, but I really got to go. So I'll be right back.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Jesse, go ahead and tell everybody your theory until she gets back what we talked about last.
Well, I
We
want to
spoke till
tell
5
her
o'clock this
too.
morning, Clough.
Yeah.
What?
I
What?
want to.
We was on the phone to 5 a.m. this morning.
Damn.
I want to tell Dee my theory though too. I want to know her
Okay.
opinion. So I want to.
Okay.
Well, we
Clough.
got Larry Fisher here. Let's all tell him hi.
Hello, Larry.
Oh,
Good to see
Larry
you.
Fisher's in the house. Good to see you,
Sheriff
Larry.
Larry.
You know, the more she talks, the more things are lining up. That's what I'm doing. If y'all see me, I'm like comparing things that she's talking about. And one of the things that I'm going to ask her to go into, if we have time tonight, this may end up being a 3-show thing, but the shark eyes was really interesting to me. And she talked about it was foggy during the attack. And then after talking to Chuck the other night, him seeing the fog and saying how they were moving within the fog. So, and everybody is saying Camp Out 2026. Everybody wanted me to do it this year. We may have to look at doing a Squatch Camp maybe next year, 2026. I hopefully will not have as much stress going on. And yeah, we can plan some other things. What do you think, Clough?
What? Camping out?
Camping out and her experiences. Has anything stuck out to you yet?
Well, actually, there was something I did want to ask her if any paranormal event happened after that attack. You know, just after she got grabbed and all that, did anything happen? You know, because she did mention them like what was it? It was like in March or something, and that she had like that cold effect happen to her, and that's usually when there's like a ghost or a demon or something like that around you, and you get that coldness. Wanted to ask her if she had any like actual paranormal event that came on after that.
Here she is.
I'm back, guys.
That's actually interesting though, because it kind of correlates with the stuff that we were talking about last night with the connections of them.
Dee, Clough has a question for you.
Okay, Cliff, go at it, man.
So after that attack that happened, when you got pulled, did you have any paranormal stuff happening after that?
I had weird dreams, but I have dreams. I don't have a lot of dreams, but the dreams I have are really vivid usually, and sometimes they come true, which freaks me out. But the dreams that I had were just weird and trippy and freaky. Like, I'd be walking in the woods, but it was all red, like red, like everything was red, like just the lighting, and it made everything red. And I'd just be walking, and I would just hear things and whispering, and then I'd wake up freaked out. But actually, I tried to write it off, and I don't really talk about what goes on with paranormal in my house and stuff, which I'm sure the adventurers would love for me to, but I'm not like a daily vlogger about my daily life and all that crap. Phew, it's cold out there. But I'm sorry.
No, see, that's what I wanted to ask was just like, was there any paranormal events that happened in general when you're dealing with these dogmen, to see what is it they bring along? Is it like a demonic entity? What is it that is paranormal that they bring when you interact with these things?
I don't know, but I do get a lot of in my, like, I'll be laying down and I have to have a TV on because I've always heard paranormal talking in my life, and I've just learned to sleep with the TV on. So if I hear a voice, I won't rewind to find out if that was on the TV because I don't want to know it's not. So I just always have a TV on. But one time I was like, I didn't turn the TV on. I was tired. And I just laid down and I heard, hey, and I'm like, nah, turn that TV on. Nope, 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 nope. Lights on, everything on. Get out of my house. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Get out. I'm not having it. No. But I don't know. Like, I know with Bigfoot doesn't affect the atmosphere. They'll affect my equilibrium. They'll affect whether I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm mad, or like they affect my emotions when I'm out there. These things will all of a sudden fog just shows up, or it gets cold, or you'll hear whispery sounds. I don't know. Like a part of me don't want to sit here and say they're all totally demon, like all of them, because I don't, want to think that I'm dealing with demons. But at the same time, there's good and bad on every side.
Yeah.
So, and I think that whatever created these things, which we're not going to get into that, I just think that there was some that don't want to be bad and just go with the flow like everyone else. And then there's other ones that enjoy it and they thrive off of it, because I noticed that when I was totally scared and freaked out and flipping out, they loved me. They would be around me constantly, way more than they are now. And people would get on me. Why are you acting scared? You go look for these things. Why do you act like that? Because I want to, okay? It's my dang feelings. I can act and feel how I want to feel. But, but yeah, it's a total different thing, and they do affect in a paranormal-y way more than Bigfoot do. I do notice I get what you're saying. Do they control the paranormal? I don't think so. I just think it's more of a mind game for fear. Because I think that they use use these tactics to fear you. Because I've noticed in these stories, especially when I was going to Land O'Lakes, that the women were the target. Whether they had a family or they were just by themselves or whatever, it was always the woman they were going after. They would kill the other people, but it's the woman they wanted. What they were doing with that woman, I don't know. Only God and it knows, and she knows. But if there's a child, they'll take the male out because the male will protect the woman and the child. They take the child away because once they take that child away, the woman's got nothing, but she just surrenders. What you just watch this being take your child. What are you gonna do? Surrender. I mean, and it's just I think it's what am I trying to say? Psychological fear technique that they use. Some of them. Why is my phone doing that? Okay, there it goes. So in my opinion, I mean, I'm not saying this is all fact, guys. It's just my opinion. I don't even know if I believe what I'm saying. It's just I don't know. You know, I'm just talking. I don't know.
You're
Yeah.
talking about, the women that are being taken and what happens to them and everything. And I didn't know this till the other day. And I'm going to plug this movie again. I've plugged it like 500 million times. Bone Tomahawk. Wasn't that made after cryptids, Jesse? Wasn't it you that told me that was based off cryptids? Because they took the women, they blinded them and they were breeding them. And of course, they killed the men.
Yeah, it was based off of the Bigfoot war in Oklahoma. Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's creepy. I saw something on one of the apps. It was like Bigfoot's my dad or something like that. I don't know. It was really weird. I didn't watch it. I'm like, dude, whatever. Moving on. Like, no. Not saying it's not possible, but no, I'm not watching that.
You know, with AI.
Did you guys watch that Sunset Sasquatch?
No.
Oh, I loved and hated it.
Was that another movie?
It is a movie, and it's a non-verbal movie, and it's all like, I love that. I can interpret what they're doing. I get it. It's kind of foul, and it's kind of, you got to have the right sense of humor for it, which I do. I have a dark sense of humor, and I'm just like a dude. You can hang out with me, and we can talk whatever. I don't care. It's funny. But it's just, they made them stupid. Does that make sense? Like they made them just like a smart ape that's out there is pretty much what I got out of it. Like they got a family unit and they're doing all their things, but they dumbed them down. Like I know they know something, and they're putting them in movies and crap. All of a sudden, all these cryptids are in movies in the last couple of years. They're telling us something. I just can't figure it out, but I just don't understand. They're going to show them to us, but you got to make them stupid. Why can't you tell us the truth? They're not that stupid. They're not like, going, trying to communicate with each other. I know they're not doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Knocking on trees. I don't know why they do that, but I'm glad they do, because then I know where they are.
Jesse, Lisa said you have a question and to let you ask it. So we're going to let you have the floor.
I'm sorry.
No.
My bad.
No, she said Jesse had a question.
I don't.
Yeah, you were supposed to ask me something before I left. You were supposed to.
Oh,
we were talking about the radiation.
Yeah, that's probably what Lisa wanted.
Oh, Yeah,
You
no,
got me
Sorry,
in
Jesse.
trouble. You
no,
got me in
it's
trouble,
okay.
Jesse.
I forgot. No, we were talking about with the radiation meter and how I really think that they give off or collect or feed off of radiation levels, different radiation levels. I've heard so many stories of them like breaking into like nuclear power plants, and how are they getting into these power plants undetected? Um, and the
Walking.
fact that there always seems to be a higher level of radiation either right before or right after there's either sounds going off or like the EVPs that come through or things get thrown at Mike when he does carry the radiation detector. And I I wondered about like the other day he was trying to get a image of the footprint that was left after something ran across the trail and jumped over the river, and every time the phone would get close it would like pixelate out, which it's known that high levels of radiation will actually
My phone's done
distort
that.
cameras.
Yeah, mine's done that.
And yep, and I wonder if it was like a residual radiation that was left over and that's why like certain things aren't working, because it always seems like right before even certain higher levels of activity there's glitches or higher pixelation in the videos that are happening. And I think that there are either they can control the radiation levels or feed off the radiation levels, or maybe picking up high levels of radiation when they're moving through different, I mean, whatever you want to call them,
Or are
dimensions or levels, or are they?
or are they radioactive from where they come from?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I just recently started the Geiger counter thing, and an adventurer, two adventurers have sent me a bunch of. I got a UMF detector and all that stuff, and that they go off a lot. But I was hearing that all the researchers are dying of these strange C words. I don't know. I don't want to get your stuff.
That's one of the reasons why I sent him a detector.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I'm just
thanks,
thinking,
Jesse.
okay, well, then these things have to be putting them off. They have to be putting off the radiation. How else are they getting? What is the correlation here? It's
Right.
not like okay, one out of five of us or four of us, whatever. Okay, but all four of us, that's weird. If we got something like that, that's just weird. So all researchers end up with some weird growths or some weird, you
Right.
know, I'm gonna be like this by the time I'm 90 or whatever, and looking like I don't know. But so I got the someone got me the radiation detector so I could use it, and then it just started going off, and I'm just like, what the crap? What is it? What is going on? And it's like I've been in this location a bunch of times in all my locations, and I never had a detector. And then I put this detector on, and it's this one location I go to in two different spots. One where they come out at me all the time, and right where I go up to the end of the hill to get to my car. Those are the two spots that it goes off on in that location. And I mean, it's not like the same spot. Like I can go there right now and it won't go off in that spot. I can go there tomorrow and it won't go off. I can go 5 times in a row and it won't go off. And then I'll just be sitting there and all of a sudden my detector goes off. So did one of them get close to me? Is there something leaking from the ground? I don't know how it works or what's going on, but something has to be giving them the certain cancer. And if it's related to radiation and they're looking for something and they all got it, so then it's a connection. These things have to be giving off this radiation, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
from where they're at. Now, okay, you guys, I don't know your beliefs 100% or like 10% anyway, but I told you the last time we were on here that I don't believe in the aliens the way that everybody normally does, or from some other
Right.
planet, and they come here to do but things with us. Why? I don't no. So if you look at the aliens, and they're always around radiation plants, and do they need it for their ships? Do they need it for teleportation device? I mean, do they have to collect radiation to teleport? Like, I don't know. But I know that the aliens and these things are connected. And if they need radiation for whatever, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they all come in the same area or whatever dimension, maybe it's radiation and they're leaking off of it. I don't know. I have no clue. That's just, I just dipped my toe in this. I haven't got even into it yet. You know, I haven't got that deep. So,
Right.
I just know it's going off, but it doesn't, like, I can have one looking at me, my detector's not going off. So these things have to be close enough to me to make them go off. So I don't know, man. I really don't. I'm at a loss with you. It's a good question. I'm trying to answer it. I just don't have a good answer.
Shirley just hit me with a hard question. She's like, Mike, do you believe these things are flesh and blood? Do you believe they're, spiritual?
Absolutely.
What? Yeah, and I'm with you. And that's what I've told people from the beginning. I believe that we have, the flesh and blood.
They
because
believe they have to eat.
Oh yeah, they bleed, they eat, they need
mate.
food, they need cover. And then, I go to because everybody knows that I base most of my investigations off of the biblical perspective. And I believe that, the angels seated with humans, and then we had the Nephilim. And I think that why we have the supernatural aspect of people that have a cryptid encounter is because the supernatural is still lineage to the flesh and blood. They're still connected. It's just you have a flesh and blood and you have a demon. And whenever you have that encounter with one and it has attachments to these, otherworldly beings, well, if you have attachments with one and Bigfoot follows you home and then he has a supernatural demon that follows him because he's related to them, you're going to start experiencing both. And that's really scary to me.
It is. I just don't like to think that. I mean, I don't want to say I don't like to think that. I don't know or believe that they are demonic. Do I think they come from a fallen, angry group? Yes. But demons don't need to eat. Demons don't need to propagate or procreate. Whatever that stupid word is. I'm trying to sound professional and I'm not. They don't need to boom. They don't need to boom boom. Okay. They don't need that. So I can't. They might be related in a sense, but they're here after those things. So the demons that we're dealing with were from a long time ago, and they got washed out with the floods and all that stuff. You know, if you want to go that far, I guess. These things are still here.
Right.
So there's a difference from what got washed away and the things that are running around now. What the difference is, I don't know. But from my research and my experiences, there is a very human element. And the difference between Dogman and Bigfoot are absolutely miles and miles apart. It's like a giraffe and an ant. They're totally different.
Right. Yeah, because I believe that the Bigfoot, the Dogman, and all those, I absolutely believe they are flesh and blood. They have to eat, they have to drink, they have to have food, cover, shelter, and I think they like the taste of human.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't taste very good.
It's always the stomachs. Do you notice their kills are always with the stomachs?
Mm-hmm.
Their kills are always the stomachs. They'll slash the neck or whatever, but they always eat the stomach area. They leave everything else. That's how you know it's a DM kill.
They usually go after like the liver and stuff, don't they?
What is it?
The higher nutritional organs.
Yeah, I just noticed that deer kill, coyote kills, people kills, all those kills, their stomach innards and organs are missing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not looking for meat or fatty meats or anything. They're looking for the liver and all that stuff, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they want the protein. They want the life force, if you will. I think that'd probably keep us out of trouble.
Well, the guy that for the Dogman Society, whatever, he was saying to me, because like you were saying, you need to watch yourself. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, why haven't they eaten me yet? And he asked me, he was like, I don't mean to be rude, but are you sick? And I'm like, no, not at the moment. And he's like, well, do you have anything wrong with you? And like my adventures know I get this thing like every so often where I'm down for like 2 weeks and it almost kills me. I don't know if it's a sickness or what it is, but it's happened. It happens once every 1 to 2 years. I'll get it. maybe twice. And I have like, IBS and all this other stuff wrong with me. So he thinks that they're interested in me, but that they're not going to eat me because I'm not worth it. Like, if you got a healthy person and me standing there, they're going to go after that healthy person before they're going to go after me. And plus, I haven't, always been kind to my body. I've been a smoker, and, I might have a beer here and there and stuff like that. But I just think that if you got certain things in your system, whether it's nicotine or caffeine or anything, they don't want that. I don't know if they're picky or not, but something's up. Like, I don't want you to eat me, but, I want to know, like, why do they pick out certain people? Like, when this woman was picked out from the LBL, there was other campsites nearby. What was it that he picked out from this woman out of all the other women that were there? You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have picked anybody. There was people that were closer to the woods that they could have done and gotten that was more secluded, and they still picked this family that was more out in the open just for that one woman. They didn't even eat the other people. They just ate her innards.
What was she alone, you think? Was she alone?
No, it was her husband, her brother-in-law, and her daughter, I believe. It was in one of my videos that I did. I was doing it, and she was out there with her brother-in-law. His brother-in-law was fishing, and he came back, and he survived because he got attacked by the thing, and he went and hid underneath the RV, and he could hear all the stuff going on the inside. And then they found the daughter in the tree or something like that, or something.
Oh.
And then
Okay.
the uncle was the only one that survived. The dad was the husband was killed immediately, but there was other campsites nearby. Like, you could, like when you go to a camp, you're not completely secluded. You can see, even if you're tucked into a little horseshoe,
Right.
you can still see people over there. So they're not far away from anybody, and they weren't even in the most wooded spot. They had other easier targets, and they chose this woman. And it's always stuck with me. Why? What was it? Was it that monthly time? Because I know that can make our muscles more tender and our meat more, soft, because we're going through that week. Or, was she pregnant? That messes with our muscles and our meat too. So I don't know. But it drives me nuts. Like, what was with her that he wanted, that they wanted her so bad? That
And that almost, oof, that reminds me of the movie Silver Bullet, where the werewolf kills the lady that's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big thing too. Because, man, that's what I was wondering. It was because the women that are getting targeted, is it their monthly? Are they, and I'm not trying to be vulgar for anybody. I'm just really trying to figure it out. Like, is it that, or is she pregnant? What is it about these women? Because I don't do that stuff.
Maybe something to do with the
can't do neither.
hormones.
I can't do neither. So I don't know if that rules me out of their choice and their appetite, but it's really weird how they just choose these certain women. And most the women that they'll kill anybody, they don't care about that. It's the fact that they go out of their way to eat these certain people. They don't eat everybody.
Well, even if you look at like the 411 cases that disappear, a lot of them have, and that's weird too, because a lot of them had something going on, usually mentally, or I mean, they would have something going on with them, something wrong with them. So I don't know if that, I mean, and who knows if they're all the same reason why they've all been taken or
Right.
what, but I mean, there's still some weird connection between it, and
Yeah, it's
they've had
really
things
weird.
wrong with them. So,
Have you ever heard? I'm trying to switch the subject up a little bit. I'm sorry. Have you ever heard of Bigfoot taking care of? Okay, I heard a story that these mentally handicapped children, because I work with a lot of them myself, so I heard this story in somewhere, I can't remember, from one of the people when they heard I was doing this kind of stuff, that these physically and mentally handicapped children, I guess they weren't really physically handicapped because I don't know how the hell they got out of the place, but they got out, they escaped into the woods or whatever, and they couldn't find them. Well, it was like 2 years later or something like that they saw one of them running through the woods, and they followed him, and they found the whole group of children. They're not children, they're like 20s, but they got the mind of an 8-year-old, 9-year-old. and they were all drawing and talking about the same beings taking care of them, and they look like Bigfoot. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
Mm.
Because I've heard it. Just story. Just I've been looking for that story everywhere, and I can't freaking find it. But I've heard of them taking in stray cats and dogs. They've saved children before. There's women that's been saved by them that hasn't been harmed or R-word by them or anything. So it could be possible. I don't know, but I've just heard some strange
There's
stories.
here's something that'll blow your mind. I just thought of this. You know what you're talking about. I've also heard stories about people that have had encounters, and I spoke with this about Jesse last night too, with these creatures of the woods, and they would end up being cured from a disease from it. And then people, were saying, well, if they cured them, they must be good. But then the first thing I thought of when I thought, well, they cured them, they must be good, popped into my mind, well, that doesn't necessarily make them good, because you go back and you look at the haunting of Connecticut. That kid was dying of a terminal disease. He was healed by a demon, and they knew that it was evil, because when the preacher went in, that was a whole big old mess. But I think he did end up dying later, but he was healed for a very long time. And I wonder sometimes, do they do that to deceive us and to gain our trust? To say, hey, I'm your friend. I saved your life. Now you owe me,
I mean, if you want to look at it on the demon level, then yeah, why not? They
on the
they can
dark
cut a
side.
deal. They can cut a deal if they're on the demon level kind of thing. So yeah, I could see that. But then what if? What if? Sorry, I'm just bouncing off you, man. They,
That's
they
what I
can't they
do.
can't help it. What if they can't help it? They just maybe like when they like you or whatever, and they like give all their energy towards you because they love you or whatever, then it like heals you or something. You know what I mean? Like I know I'm going off the wall, but
Kind of like
what
Reiki
if
or
it was like
something.
I accidentally healed you. I didn't mean to, but you're gonna get it worse later. I don't know.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is we don't know. We're all trying to get answers, and
It's
that's really
it,
all we can do is just bounce off questions. What if?
anything's possible, man. Like I wouldn't have, if you would have told me 5 years ago that I would be sitting here talking if they got magical powers or not, I wouldn't believe you. I'd be like, nah, whatever, man. Was I high? Was I drunk? Like,
That
like,
dude, that dude needs some help.
right? Like, no. I mean, I don't know. Like this has all been a whirlwind for me. And I I'm just when I find one answer, I get 1,000 more. Like
Yep.
Yeah.
I just started focusing on the structures that the right angle structures, like they're just broke down and pointing the pointers. I don't know what they're called, but the pointer ones, they're just an L shape but upside down, whatever.
Right.
I've noticed that they all point to rivers. Well, then I saw one last night and I'm like, wait a minute, that one ain't pointing to a river because the river's over there. And the only body of water is the lake. So do they just point to water? Like, what do they point to? Now I thought I had the answer. I don't know. And now I got 100 more questions.
So I have a question for you off of TikTok.
Okay.
A person, Tim, wants to know, whenever you go to a location, how do you prepare to investigate that location, and what processes do you do to eliminate possible human interference?
Well, for the human interference part, I don't really do much to get ready, to be honest with you. I charge my lights. I just think about where I'm gonna go and I just go. Sometimes it's a dud and sometimes it's not. But you know, I don't know. Like I really don't do much, man. I just get my lights and I go. And just I mean, I hoot and holler and I always honk a certain way every time I go. Like I do my little doot 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 doot. I don't do anything special. I just
I'm
let them
here.
know I'm coming, and I do the same thing every time I get there. I start hooting and hollering and whooping and whistle blowing and all that stuff. But yeah, nothing major to it. And then for the human interaction part, I have a courtesy thing. If I see somebody camping in the area, even if I'm Bigfoot in there, I'm not gonna be like, "Hey, this is public spot. I can be here. I don't care if you're camping or not. I gotta walk through
Right.
here." I'm not gonna do that. I'll go around the way to get to it. I'm not gonna be like that. So if I see somebody there, I just don't go. Or um, if I see somebody there, I make sure to point it out in my video, like, these people aren't with me, I don't know where they're at, whatever, and I kind of just fish around, look for flashlights, look for all that kind of stuff. And if I don't see it, I don't stick with the area. But if somebody shows up, you guys have seen it on live, it could go a million different ways. I could panic. I might just go in the woods and hide and turn my lights off. And because I've noticed if when there's people coming for me, if I go up in the woods and turn my lights off, they'll turn around and leave. They're not coming up in there. And I feel more safe with what's in there than I do out there with whatever's coming at me. Even if they want an autograph or whatever, I don't know what you want.
Right.
People scare me.
And so,
yeah, I don't. Yeah.
How do you? Another question I have is, have you ever experienced something during an investigation that you could not explain? And what is your most favorite piece of evidence you have collected?
Sorry, I was reading the question down there, which is rude. But anyway, what was that? I'm sorry. One more time. Could you read that again? I wanted to say something to this person. If you think you have all the answers, then you better quit, because we'll probably never know. I don't have all the answers. I'm just guessing and floating off things, and I'm not quitting until I get all the answers. And even probably won't quit till then either. Hopefully, I'll be hanging out with them. All right, continue. What was your question? I'm so sorry.
You're okay. I'll be too old probably to walk around that long.
Right.
They said whenever, let's see, what was it? Whenever you go to an area, I lost it here. Let me find it.
Sorry.
Scroll back. Have you ever experienced something? Oh, have you ever experienced something during an investigation that you could not explain? And what is your favorite piece of evidence that you have collected while investigating?
Ooh, okay. Yes, actually, the most weirdest thing I've experienced recently is I was at the same location I was just at last night, and we're all in debates in my comments because we don't know what the heck it was. I thought it was a person that jumped up, but then the eyes didn't look right. And people, man, I don't know what I saw, but it scared the crap out of me. And I hope I never see that again, because I'm sitting there and I've got one light on. I got one of these little lights on. So it's not like going far or pointing at it, but it's lighting up the area. And it's like peeking and bobbing its head up, and I see the movement. And so I zoom in and you can see its eyes glowing. And I'm like, God, what is that? So then I was like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh yeah, spotlight. So I take the spotlight, and dude, as soon as that spotlight hit it, it looked like a person to me, and I was off. But then I got to thinking, there's no lights. I heard no movement. I've been over there a bunch, and I had the light over there. I would have heard them coming down to that spot. And then people are like, well, maybe he was sleeping back. I don't know, but the eyes were gold. And people are like, how'd you see the eyes? I saw them, and I could see eyeballs, and they were gold. They were gold. So I don't know if it had contacts in. I don't know, but in the way how the eyes were big, but the eyes were so small, it was weird. So I don't know what the heck that was, if it was a person or not, but I didn't hear any movement, saw no lights, saw no nothing, heard nothing coming up after me, didn't hear it show up. And I was over in that area for a good 15, 20, 30 minutes, somewhere around in there. And there was nothing, man. There was nothing.
Are you by yourself right now? Because it looked like over your left shoulder, I saw something look in the window at you.
I'm in my driveway right now, dude.
Yeah, it would be over, like, I saw something move. That's what I was watching.
I believe it.
Yeah, over your shoulder.
There's
yeah,
nothing up there, dude. It's no.
It was right there. Yeah, right where you're looking. I saw something move.
Oh, you guys, they do this when I'm on live stream and I'm talking. They'll see that stuff, dude. I believe it. Here, I'll let you see if I get that light away just a little bit more so you can.
They're like, you're talking about us. We know when you're talking about us.
Yep. And my favorite thing, oh God. Recently, I'd have to say, right before I got blocked in by the big tall one on live stream that scared me to death, where I was pleading on my knees. I'm like, and you can hear it go. Like, there was this one, and I had my but my spirit box out, and I'm just walking, and I see these two eyes. I see something up there moving. I'm like, what's it doing? And then all of a sudden I see these two eyes look at me, and I'm like, what the heck? What is that? And it's cocking its head and doing this stuff, and then you could hear over the spirit box, it's telling me, calm down, breathe, hi, hello, and it's talking to me. through the spirit box, and it's cocking its head. That was my favorite experience, because when it left, I'm like, wait, like, you're freaking me out, but I wasn't trying to be rude. Please come back. That was my all-time. If I could have that experience with them every flipping time, I'd be their best friends in no time. I'd be powwowing out there in a loincloth with them in no time. I'm telling you, that was so cool. And
Wow.
I wish I could get more of that, because I don't know if that was baby or juvenile, because when I walked a few feet this way, you guys just heard me. I'm like, oh God, I screwed up, because all I saw was red, and it was tall, and this is on a hill, so it's looking at me on a hill, and I'm here. Man, it was terrifying, and I got down on my knees, and I'm begging it, can I go? Please, can I go? And you can hear it say go. Like, turn that up really loud. You can hear it. It sounds like a bark. It's a go. Like, insane, but it's still my favorite moment, I believe, because I like dealing with Bigfoot more than I like, if they're listening, the Dog Man. Because, Bigfoot, you kind of, you got Harry and the Hendersons, but then when you've got Dog Man, you've got Werewolf from London, and, that kind of stuff. So you don't have any, like, good fairy tale stories about the Dog Man, so there's nowhere in your head to go. But when you see a Bigfoot, it could go either way, I don't know.
We
So,
we get attacked a lot, and you said something that really, and I want you to talk about this a little bit too, if you don't mind, because we've experienced this, and I'm glad you are, because now it shows that other people are. The
sorry, I keep messing
whispers,
with you guys.
the whispers, and the EVPs. A lot of people are, oh, there ain't nothing out there whispering, there ain't nothing coming across. Oh, there is, and you said you've heard that also.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I hear it a lot. And, like, recently my phone isn't catching audio on my live streams. Like, I used David's phone on my last live stream, and the audio was great. I don't know what's wrong with my phone, so recently I haven't even been recording, but you can't hear much EVPs, but there's a lot that I get whispering to me on my camera, and a lot of people don't hear it, but then there's people that go nuts and they hear things I don't even know or hear. But
Mhm.
I'll be editing and I can hear bells, I can hear clapping and talking, and I'm like, what was that? And I'll replay it. But yeah, it just kind of comes with it, especially like when I'm near a cemetery and I'm in the woods, because I don't really like to go to the cemetery necessarily. I'll hang around it, but I like the woods around it. I'll go in the woods. And they'll talk to me from in there, and they'll be like, D, go. This is coming. I'll be like, what's out here with me? And usually I'm around these 1800 and less cemeteries for the years, less 1600, stuff like that. So these people didn't know Sasquatch and Bigfoot. So they'll tell me ape, wolf, wolfman, stuff like that. Or they'll be like werewolf from hell. That one, dude,
Ooh.
that video, I don't know if y'all saw that one, but these spirits were warning me about a werewolf from hell, and it shows up. And this thing, dude, it looked like what you saw in movies. It was more like the which one? It looked like they're kind of like a burn victim, and they've got little sprouty hairs. Like, they got less hair and more skin, but they look burnt. That's what it looked like. It was terrifying, and the noise it made, oh my God, that was creepy. That was terrifying. And that video, I even put it up on my channel every so often just to refresh everybody's brain on that one, because you can see it creeping in on me, man. And its head and its ears, that's another thing with Dogman and this thing. This spot, there's these things with these pointy ears, and they sit at the side of the head, and they'll point backwards, or they'll just sit there like this. Now the Dogmen I'm dealing with, they're up here more. If I'm making any sense, but these things, they're down like ours, but on the side. Like, the one that's following me looks just like the one I call Mikkel on my channels looks just like a German Shepherd, close enough to a German Shepherd, a black one that's just standing there. He's all black, and you can't really make out anything because he's all black. And that's the one that I got on camera smiling at me, I believe, because he was all black. And all the ones that I seen, if you ever noticed the Dogman, they have the white muzzle, the white face. like they got. I don't know. Am I making any sense? I feel
Oh
like I'm
yeah,
talking
because
too much.
no, Randy, when Randy talks about his Bigfoot encounters, that's the main things he talks about is the white around the eyes. He's
Hmm.
always, mentioned that. And another thing you just said, I can't go completely in. I have a lady that came to me, and maybe you've experienced this about 3-4 years ago, and she had an encounter so bad she will not tell the encounter. She's supposed to come on my show and tell it. She still says she's going to. She breaks down when she talks about it. She had a face to face with one of these creatures, and one of these creatures that spoke to her was burnt. He was burnt up. He looked like third-degree burns, and she said she felt like he was dying, and he passed a message on to her. And yeah, that's someday she's supposed to come on and tell it.
That's crazy because that's the only way I can explain it. Like it still had hair on it, but it was like a patchy burn victim. Like where you have burnt and the hair's still trying to grow out in
Right?
those spots. Yeah, that's what it looked like. And
Where
but
where'd you encounter it?
it's a state park, Stone Lake, at the
it
cemetery.
is it close to
I just heard a voice, dude. I'm not playing.
I did too. I heard
Over
that.
my camera,
Yeah,
it came from my back seat.
I heard it. Yeah, it sounded like a guy talking.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
from
heard
my
that.
back seat.
I
That's
did hear that.
creepy. You guys heard that? Okay. I
You
need to
may
do
want to
next
check
time I
your
go to
back
the
seat.
woods. I'll have to do a podcast with you and let you all watch the background while I'm in the woods. That's creepy.
Wow.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's just why would they be burnt? It makes is it the forest fires? Do they
Well,
get so
there
old
would
that
be no forest fires. Uh,
radiation?
I don't know because there hasn't been no fires near my place unless the thing's really, really old and I don't know about it. Because we don't know how old these things are, so who knows what happened 100 years ago. Um, I don't know. Do you think maybe it's not even like they're burnt? I mean, because I didn't get close. I didn't get that close. I mean, I had to zoom the camera in to see it, but you know what I mean. It looked burnt, and that's. I mean, is it scar tissue like from fighting or something?
Oh yeah, yes it could be.
Or mange.
Shirley said something pretty wild. She said, I saw your last video. I couldn't tell, but it kind of looked like someone with a ski mask on, but not sure because the eyes were bright. It was black peeking over the log. It freaked me out.
That's the video I was talking about. But recently, the creepiest thing that I don't want to run into that again. I don't know what the heck that was. A lot of people. There's people that think it's a person. There's people that think it's a cryptid. They said it looked like a ski mask. I don't know, but all I just something told me I don't run. If it's people, if there's a person, I'm taking off. I don't give a shit. These things, I don't want to set their prey drive off.
Hey,
So I won't run
I,
from them. But yeah,
I've
that looked like
left.
a person.
I've left. Everybody saw me do it. When it gets too bad, hey, I'll pack up and leave. I know whenever it's time to go.
Right. Yeah.
What was you got, Clough? Was you trying to ask something?
Oh, what I said was that going to be mange.
Ooh.
That's another thing it could be. I mean, hey, you might be onto something. All right, I didn't even think about that. It could be. I mean, yeah, they do
Could be a
kind of look
rash.
bumps. Yeah, it looks like a bumpy. Yeah, man, it might be mange. Hey, but
You have to get some gold bond for it.
stop. Did you just hear that growl?
I did hear that.
I heard something.
What is that? I don't know what it scared the shit out of me. I'm sorry, guys. We're talking about this stuff and it's getting dark and you're seeing things out my window, freaking me out.
Oh, I absolutely saw something at your window a while ago. It was like
I
no
believe
doubt.
it.
I was waiting for it to like knock on your door or try to open it. I was like, who is that?
Yeah, no, I'm locking my doors, man. Screw that in my driveway. No,
Probably got me something with the mange comment there.
it could
I
be,
guess.
yeah, absolutely mange.
Scratch my back.
I didn't think about the mange. That it could be that because it does look like a thick, like their skin gets thick and yeah, it's like a thick, yeah. It could be that. I don't know.
And then that goes into other things. Do they get chronic waste disorder and all that? Do they go crazy? Do they get wrecked? Could you imagine a rabid one? I mean, my God.
Oh, stop. That's what I was just thinking. What if that's why all these victims and all the crazy stuff when they see a mean one, you know?
Right. I mean, they
Oh,
would be crazy.
dude, I've seen some scary coyotes out there with that rabies crap on videos. I do not want to see a 7-8 foot freaking dog man standing up
Slobber.
at my window with the, no, I'm good. Absolutely not. No, no, no.
Mm-mm.
It's too
That
much.
is, I think the reason people see a lot of them along the highways and the roads and stuff is they're picking up roadkill. I mean, that's just easy food, right? All you
I
got to do
mean,
is just walk down the road.
yeah, I guess. Sorry, I'm trying to look at what's going on over there. Um,
'Cause
yeah, I mean, I don't, that's a good question. I have no idea. Or are they like soul searching it, like reading people like Bigfoot does? They sitting there and just watching people pass by and seeing what kind of person they are and they follow them home. I don't know.
I have had them follow me home.
Yeah, I mean, they follow a lot of people home. And that's the thing is like, what if they're looking for an easy meal and they want some person and then that person goes missing down the road 10 miles down the road, their car's vacant and they're just gone, no ifs, ands, or buts, or understand why. They could be they're hitchhiking in a way.
Well, I sometimes wonder too if like some of those that end up missing on the side of the road or a couple other experiences heard
I
if
live in
they
instant, guys. I'm not getting ghostified.
if they if they maybe were part of governmental experiments that were let loose to basically feed or attack or do what they want with whoever passes by, and some of these people end up missing too.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of stories I've heard where vehicles are stranded on the road and there's no sign of them.
Mm-hmm.
Something stopped them, and it's always late at night, and it's always on the right hand side of the thing. You don't ever see them in the median. It's always towards some woods. There's woods like right, 20 feet from where the car is at. It just makes you wonder, what are they seeing? Why are they stopping? What made them stop? What got them? Where'd they go?
It's almost like ambush points.
Right.
Hmm.
I mean, as a
That's
trucker, is it close to trucker, right? You ever
Yeah.
seen anything nuts out there?
Oh man, I've seen weird things, but I mean I can't really even explain it. And then it's not like a cryptid or anything like that.
Right.
Um, I mentioned this before. It was like a weird, kind of like a black orb sphere that happened. And when I was in Tennessee, I was already passing Chattanooga. I was going up a grade, and I mean, my truck was just struggling to get up there because at that time I was working with a different company. They would load us very heavy. So going up this grade, this truck was just struggling to get up there. And there was like this black orb sphere thing that just like it just floated across. But the thing is that what was so weird about it was that I flashed my high beams, and it just seems like it was just absorbing the light. And another weird thing is like as if it's really, really hot or something. Like, you know how you can see like the waves from something really hot, like off the street or off a
Oh,
car
like
that's
the
been
oil
running for a while.
spills? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that like that weird heat wave. Well, it had
Mhm.
that all around it, and I'm just looking at it. I'm just kind of like, what what the
That's
flippity flop,
weird.
Hmm.
and I'm just kind of like, what is that? And I was actually scared of hitting it, but because the truck was so slow, it was just struggling going up that hill. Um, it just went into the side of I guess it will be the mountain or the wall, whatever that was there, and I'm just like, what was that? And
That's
that right
crazy.
there, that was the most freakiest thing that I could say, because I have other weird things. There's a over in Arizona, I want to say something called Devil Dog Road.
Who's good at okay.
That area, I remember driving through it, and it's just like a big old black thing just run across, and I'm
I
just
was
like,
gonna ask you that, dude. I've heard a lot of stories from truckers about this black beast. that
Yeah.
runs. And like I was like, when I saw that movie called Black Dog, I watched it and I'm like, well, that ain't the same thing they're talking about. With Patrick Swayze in it. It's not the same thing.
Mhm.
Like that's the thing about him falling asleep. My cat was looking. That's why I freaked out, guys, because I saw eyes and they were green. It was my cat. Scared me to
Mm.
death for a minute there. But no, they're all seeing the same thing. It's not the ball thingy, but the dog. They're seeing like this beast, and it darts either in front or it'll come running towards the truck, or they'll see it out of their side view mirror running behind,
Yeah.
like behind the truck. Yeah, man, that's crazy that you saw it because I didn't even say anything yet. That's what I was getting to next.
The thing is
Was
about that, if you see it 3 times, either you better pull over, because after that you can get into like something really bad could happen to you.
really,
It's like an omen or something.
yeah, like a
And
superstition. Yeah,
yeah, so when I saw it, the first thing I did is just look up for a truck stop nearby, and I just parked in there. Walked around 30 minutes, whatever, just try to kill a little bit of time. And if I couldn't just like, I don't know, like it felt like I felt safe to drive again, then I just waited there
right. That's nuts.
because
Because yeah, I wouldn't move. Yeah, there's some things that I've done where I've gotten these feelings like, wait a minute, let's not drive away yet. But I've not seen anything to give me that thing, to get you to do what you did. But I just think that it's crazy because you guys are on the roads out there in the middle of nowhere sometimes, and I've been on it going to LBL. That was a long, long road, and it was really dark out there, and we were just in these hills, and um it was just so dark and there was no people out there and it was terrifying. And to be out there in that truck and seeing stuff like that, like I couldn't imagine being out there all the time running the same roads and just seeing the things that y'all see.
yeah. And there was one, I want to say it was like in Panola, Texas. I don't know what the heck that was, but it's sound like the way I describe it is, I guess maybe it sounds like a Bigfoot. All I know is that I saw like a big arm, and it was underneath these trees. So you got this tree cover, and all you can see is just the arm, because the way the moon, because it was a full moon, and all you can see is just this big massive arm, and it was walking. I'm just kind of freaking out because as I passed those trees after the fact, because at that point it ran back because there was another truck coming in, and it was coming towards me. It saw that and just walked the other way real quick.
That's
So
crazy.
by the time I got to where those trees were at, I mean, I'm just looking at the level of it, and I'm just like, I mean, I guess I'll be like, what, maybe 9 feet, 10 feet
Right.
right there.
Yeah.
Like, jeez. And I don't know what that was. I would assume it was a we call it a Bigfoot, because I mean it had like this massive arm, and I don't really hear that about Dogman, so
No,
I just
Dogman's very
assume.
muscular and you can see the tones. Like I'm not saying Bigfoot's not muscular, but you can see the definition in Dogman better than you can see Bigfoot. Bigfoot's like either a blob or a square, but you can actually make out the waist and everything on those things.
Yeah, I guess because the way the angle was, and of the moon, and then I all I really saw was just the arm. It was just weird. I don't know what it is, to be honest, but I would assume it was just a Bigfoot or something.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, and there were just some other things here and there, but those were the ones that really stand out.
Have you ever had anything like run in front of you or anything that looked off or weird?
Well, just that black dog thing, and to be
Just
honest,
that?
it didn't even look like a dog. It was like a black blur.
Well, that's what I saw. Okay. I don't know if you guys, it's called Fire in the Sky on my channel. It's a short. And I'm looking at this light. Guys, I am in the middle of the country and I'm just driving with David to go to a location. And I'm like, pull over. I want to get this light. And all these trees are in the way. So we pull down this back road and we just park for a second with our blinkers on. And I'm recording this fire. It's just fire, a ball of fire, and it's moving. And then all of a sudden I hear a crash on the other side of the truck on his side. And I'm like, did you hear that? And his window's up. He didn't hear it. And then I couldn't get the camera fast enough, but I'm looking from this point over top the car and I see it. I could tell it was on all fours, but it was big and it was just a blur. but I could tell it was down, like running in that, the blur was running like a dog, but I couldn't make out that it was a dog. That's why I kept saying in the video, I can't explain. I know what I saw, but I can't explain what I saw because it didn't make sense I couldn't put it in words. And it just went to my side of the truck. And then I was like, nah, I'm getting in, not doing it. Because I wasn't even to my location yet. I was headed to the location. And I was just wanting to see this ball of fire that just disappeared, gone. And that thing, these things show up for me and I don't understand why or exactly what's going on. I'm taking advantage of it. I'm not mad about it. But that was it just shows me it doesn't matter what I do. Like, I'm working on my bus and I've got it in these people's yard and I feel terrible because these things are showing up, leaving dead birds at my door. There's a headless bird that was placed. It wasn't dropped. There was no snow movement except for the little spot that it was laid in. There was no footprints. There was cat prints all over the place. There's a bunch of cats there, but this thing was in the snow and no footprints were anywhere near it unless I went to the other end of the bus. It was laying in the front of the door that they kept seeing me go in and out of. And they've been watching me work on that bus there. I just charged one the other day because I don't know why I did that, but I just don't want them to come up there because these people are up in age and I don't want them to be harassed by these things. They don't understand what they are. They don't even know they exist. So it doesn't matter where I go, these things show up. And I kind of feel bad about certain people that live near me and have to deal with it. But
here's another interesting question. Since you deal with a lot of these cryptids, ever deal with I guess Men in Black
not
or
that I know
federal
of.
agents or government agencies or anything like that?
I've had a couple black SUVs around when I'm going during the day. They'll pull up behind my truck and then turn around or something, but everybody's like, oh, calm down, but their windows are real tinted and stuff like that. I haven't dealt with anything like that yet. No. I am noticing that my channel's being messed with. I'm being kind of, people are being unsubscribed. They're not being notified. I've looked everywhere on my phone, can't figure it out. And I guess it's my phone and not the live stream, but, my audio's been messed with. I can't figure that part out, so I don't know if that's them or the big ominous they or not. But for a minute there, my live streams were being screwed up so hard. I would be on for 5 or 10 minutes and it would start doing the little spinny, spinny, spinny. And I've been in these locations 100 times on live and they've worked just fine. And then I would drive down the road as like just driving and showing the road on the thing and it would turn out and just do fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, okay, I'm going to try this. I was like, park in this parking lot and face those trees. Soon as we pulled in that parking lot and faced the trees, the live stream cut off. I was like, man, that's crazy. As soon as they see me, I could do anything else, but if I go in the woods, they're going to mess with my stuff. My members are even being unsubscribed. It's like, man, like I don't get recommended. I don't go on the trending. I don't get any of that. And it's fine. I'm not mad about it, but I just think it's kind of crazy. Like, they're wanting this stuff out. They got the whole agenda. Instead of taking us out, why don't you just let the agenda follow? Or is it because we don't know the script that you need us to go by?
They want the agenda and their own narrative. Yeah, that's why.
So, I mean, it's cool. And like, if it wasn't for the adventures, I would have, if they didn't keep subscribing and keep telling people about me, I would still just be a nobody. You know what I mean? Like, because they don't want people to find me. They don't want people knowing that I got videos up. And not everybody will look to see if I've got a video up. They just wait to notify or they swipe by and see it. But the adventurers go way out of their way to tell everybody. They check every day to see if I'm uploading. If it went for them, I don't know, I just want people to see what's going on. I'm not trying to mess up anything. I mean, just tell us this stuff and why would I be a problem if you just tell us? It's there, it's happening, it's coming to our doors. It's coming to our doors more and more every day. Why is it a problem for me to show these people this?
I think it's the liability aspect. They don't want to be held liable for what's happened because they know what's out there and they've hid it from us for so long. Uh,
They do
I
little nods and winks, though.
oh yeah, yeah. They give you a
Thank
little
you,
like.
John.
I received a weird phone call, and I was told to stop investigating a certain area, and I was told to lie, and I refused to do it, and I continued to investigate that area. I done 3 films on it, and when I was down there, I was ran off by government military men that told me that I had to go. So
I had a video that I had to take down because the park and the state was going to sue me.
wow.
I went to the park, and I'm not going to say the name of it, but I went to the park and I went in and I got so deep in because somebody told me if I really wanted a real thing that I needed to go to this location, and they gave me a GPS, but I didn't realize that I had to jump these like 8-foot fences. All right.
Oh,
So I jumped these fences, and I jump the one fence and I go in, and it's like about 10-15 minutes straight ahead, and I come to another one, but there's somebody out there with a light. They're pacing. The closer I get, they got a gun.
oh,
And I'm like, what the hell am I getting into? So I go down away from him and I climb over it again, and I just finally there's nothing out there, and I'm so deep in. I'm like 2.5, 3 hours in, and I'm just waiting, and I'm just sitting there. And then all of a sudden, this dude, I thought it was a raccoon. I heard this raccoon. I heard this movement. It scared the crap out of me. So I looked and I saw this raccoon taking off up this tree. And then I was like, okay, cool. It's just raccoons, guys. We're good. And then all of a sudden I start hearing this clicking noise, and it's coming from above me. And I just look and I just see this thing where that raccoon had ran up. It was coming down with that thing in its mouth. And I was sitting there and I turned the lights out because I didn't want it to know where he's at. And when I was up there, I had busted a pop in my bag. So I had taken everything out of my bag to dry while I was doing all this. Okay. So I left my bag over on this log or near this log, and I just sat away from it and was recording. God, it's cold. Sorry, my blanket went off. And I could hear these things coming, and I just sat there, and they're lifting these logs. I'm watching it. It stood up and it took the log and was sniffing. It couldn't see. It was sniffing for me. It smelled everywhere that I had just been. When I was all over that log, they were all over it. And I was right next to it. Dude, I had that video up. And when I was ready to leave, I started taking off because they went away. They went back up in the trees. They didn't find me. And I started to walk away. And then I heard this stick crack behind me and this click. And I turn, and this thing jumps up on the log, and it's like looking at me. And it's like, it looks like a rake, but an alien. And this thing's like 10 foot tall and slinky and white. And I had that video up forever, and I got a lot of shit for that video, but I didn't give a crap because it happened. And then I had to yeah, I got an email, and then I kept getting these weird phone calls. I didn't tell the channel about it or nothing like that, but yeah, I got an email too, and I had to take that down because I was getting threatened bad. And I was like, man, I still have it. I haven't gotten rid of it. I still have the footage. I have the stuff, but I can't. They know where I was at, even though I don't say where I was at. It was nuts. They knew they had to have known because those things were theirs. Those
yeah.
things were theirs. They knew where they had them, and they knew that I got in there.
And did
So
that
that,
creature do anything though? Did it mind speak or anything like that, or just
nope, nope.
stared you down? Or
I was getting close to the fence, and I don't know if they got they knew not to go near that fence. It didn't want to go any closer because I was getting ready to climb that fence. I was going down the hill and going to the left, and I was just getting ready to throw my bag over. And it just sat there and watched me on that log. And I was like, dude, I ran. I was crying because when something gets me and I can't help it, I end up crying, and I always apologize. But it's so overwhelming. I don't have anything else to do. I'm not going to scream.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I don't talk about that one much, but yeah, I did. I got a lot. I was scared over that one.
Are you thinking that would be a rake, or is that like an alien?
It was like a mix, dude. If it was like taller than a rake, but it moved like a rake, but it was more of a grayish, and you could like, you know how a woman would wear blush or something to or how they hype it up in skeletons for scary movies, stuff like that. It was really weird. The bones and stuff were just, it was so weird. Like it had dents in it. You could see where my light hit it, all the shadowing in its eyes and
Mm-hmm.
face and the sunken spots. It was just, I didn't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just know that it's big, and the way it moved, it was freaked me out. And this log was like this in the air, and this thing just steps up on it, and me, it was like up to my face looking over it, where it jumped up at, and I'm 5'7". So it was a tall thing, and these things they didn't see right because the way it was looking, it was clicking and just looking like this. It had eyes, but it wasn't like, they were like jittery and not focused. They were just like, doing that kind of thing.
And this is during the day?
No, this was at
Oh,
night.
this is at night?
Yeah.
The way she
Yeah.
talks about the eyes moving, that kind of reminds me of like the reptiles at night. If you ever watch their eyes, they're always bouncing. They're always
Yeah,
like looking.
it was just like it was just doing this while it was in the air. The eyes were just going all over different directions, and it's kind of had its nose in the air, but it was looking at me. If that makes any sense.
I wonder
But
if
yeah.
it was trying to also get your scent, maybe.
I don't know. They were all over my stuff. They were the pot, because the pots had exploded in my bag, and I took everything out and I laid it all out, shook all my stuff out, and just laid it there. And I had a rib pod with me, and I was just sitting there, just relaxing. And then I heard these raccoons fight, and then it went up the tree, and then I was like, God, I thought I was gonna die, And then next thing I know, I really didn't remember much. I kind of blanked out, and I was just gathering my stuff. This is what I remember watching of myself. You could see me, and I'm not there. I'm just picking up my stuff and putting it in the bags, just like just gotta go. So that, yeah, I've never been back there. I won't go back there. And I've told people what that place was. If you remember, then you remember. If you're not, I ain't saying it. I ain't going back. Those emails were scary. It had a seal on it from Department of Defense and something else too. They were the Department of Defense or whatever, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You think that it would be like a tall version of those creatures from the Descent?
Damn,
The Descent.
that movie freaks me out.
Is that the movie
Yeah.
with the cave movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just like a
Maybe
taller version of
kind of
them?
like that. Yeah, I could. Yeah, it's.
Mm.
If you guys saw my corn video where that big tall thing was looking through the corn, it was kind of tall like that, but it was more. It was more thick in like body mass, if that makes any sense.
Mm.
But yeah.
I have heard so many bad things about cornfields, and one of the places I'm investigating the other night is by a cornfield, and I had one of the fire in the sky things. Is she okay?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was reading.
Oh, I thought that might have got a hold of you. I was like,
No, I was reading. I'm sorry, everybody.
D gets
My
ate
bad.
live. But
My bad. No, I was reaching. Sorry. My
at
water
this, this cornfield, there was a big bright light. 3 of them showed up in the sky, and I filmed them. And then this one turns like gold, and it starts coming at me. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to film this. This is weird. So I film it for everybody. It goes right over me, no noise. I filmed it, and it goes right over me and then right below the trees, and I start getting whoops at that time. Well, everybody in the chat's like, when I started filming it, my video feed was cut out until I was pointing at the trees.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks, dude.
And it wasn't even like it was a glitch and cut out. Like it went to like if you actually like leave your stream and it just is the logo.
Yeah.
It cut the video stream.
I've had my videos cut. Like, okay, you know how like when you go to exit out on the live, it just cuts it off. And then if it buffers, it'll just circle. It's like that. When it would just cut off. There was no buffering, there was no warning, there was no nothing, and it just cut off, and I'd have to restart my live again. So it's happened to me too when I'm right in the middle of me catching things. And then I get frustrated, and I'll do it about 4 or 5 times starting a live, and people's like, why you got the same picture on all, because it's the same damn night. It's just they keep messing with my crap. So I don't know. I've had them mess with me and turn off all my stuff. I don't know if they blasted me with something, but my phone, my lights, my whatever equipment I have on, whether it's EMF, meters, whatever, all off, gone, died down, shut down. I have to turn everything back on manually, power it up.
So it wasn't fried or anything. It just
No, it went right.
shut off.
This turned off, shut off. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Brother Heck's talking. Brother Heck, was you talking about subscribing to the YouTube or my Facebook? I don't have a Facebook friend request from you, but I was what I was gonna ask D. I'm glad Brother Heck brought it up. Have you ever heard a baby crying out there, and have you ever had them talk to you?
I've had babies crying constantly. In my one video, you can hear babies crying. But have they talked to me? Yes, that's how I figured out the name of the dog man that was following me. I have had them do the sumo talk to me, and then I've had it in my head, like a female voice come into my head that wasn't mine, and I've never had that before. And then Mikkel was a male voice, so I knew that wasn't me. You know, like the voice you hear in your head is you, and it sounds like a female, but no, this was a male. Because when I was asking him, I said, "What is your name? Can you tell me your name?" And he said, "Miguel is what I thought he said." And I was like, "Oh, Miguel." He says, "No, Mikkel, Mikkel." And I said, "Okay, Mikkel, got it." And that's all he said. That's all he ever said to me. And then the one, I had my son with me, and the sun was going down, and I was walking in. I wanted to show him this structure, and all of a sudden I got this weird feeling, and I said, "He's with me." And I did the gesture, he's my baby. And I did the whole, I don't know what I was doing. And then all of a sudden I hear a female go, "Get him out now." And I looked at him and I said, "What'd you just say to me?" Knowing it wasn't him saying anything, I still had to ask him, like, "What did you just say?" He's like, "I didn't say anything." I was like, "Okay, we got to go. We need to leave now."
They
And
said
that's the only time I've ever heard him talk to me.
David walked into the cornfield, and you done an investigation at a murder site that had a baby crying.
Yeah, David walked into a cornfield, and when he got back into my car, dude, his eyes were jet black. I was
Jeez.
crying. It terrified me to death because he was sitting there. Dude, I don't know how it happened. And I don't know how it happened. He was right here, and I was on a live stream at that, on a live stream, and he walks in, and he's like, "I see something down there, but it doesn't look like corn." And he goes to walk, and then I don't hear anything from him. And we're looking, and then I get up on my truck to look on top of the field, to look further out, and you see way back in the back his light flipping out and spinning and going crazy in like the matter of minutes, like a couple minutes. What would take like 15-20 minutes to get to that spot, he was there in a matter of minutes, not seconds, but like a minute or two. It was too quick for him to be there in that spot. And then, so I'm looking for him on the map because I had his location on his phone. And so I'm looking for him, and it shows him walking down the road. And I'm like, "We just saw his light."
Oh wow!
We just saw his light. So then I go and follow the location, and he's sitting on the side of the road looking at the cornfield, just dazed. So I scream at him, and I start crying because I'm freak out. And dude, he gets in my car, and his eyes are black. I got that on my thumbnail. His eyes were freaking black, and he won't go into the corn. He hates corn now. Anytime he passed it since then, he's like, and he don't even like to go in the woods, and I don't blame him. I mean, he not forces me. He tries to get me to go in more because he's fine with going in, but there's certain locations that he gets a weird feeling. He's like, "I ain't going in there. I ain't doing it."
I do that. I've showed up at places I didn't even want to be there. I'm like, I don't want to be there.
Right. Oh, I won't get out of the car. I'll be sitting there. Like one time David was with me. He's like, "You getting out?" I was like, "Shut that door. Don't get out." He's like, "Why?" I was like, "Just wait a minute. I don't like it, dude. Something's wrong." Sudden you'll hear a howl or a big crash or something will bump the car. And he's learned when he's with me that if I say move, don't hesitate, because he'll be like, "Oh, whatever," and then he finds out real quick. So now I'm like, "Dude, we gotta go." He's like, "Okay, we're gonna go." He's learned. And he was the skeptic that I met. He was, "Oh, this is bull crap. I lived in a haunted house apparently, and all my friends saw ghosts and stuff in there, but I never had a problem one." And I'm like, "Okay, well, that's fine, you know." Just have an open mind. That's all I care about. Don't shut down completely. And he went, he was hanging out with me and Noah for a while, and things were happening. And then I took him on a night exploration for like 7 hours, and he came out of the woods. He was different. He's been different ever since. He's been hitting the ground running. He's excited to go and he wants to do it, but he hasn't seen what I've seen. He's not seen them up close, seen their face. He hasn't seen any of that. He's seen things run. He'll be in the dark with me and hear movement behind him that sounds like a person running, but you can't see it. He's heard the calls. He's seen the structures. He just hasn't seen one yet, and I think it's for a reason, because I think if he actually sees one, he might not get back out there. He might not. I mean, he's a pretty brave dude, but you're not going to see him out there walking around alone with no lights or anything like that, like me. Like, I'll turn the lights out.
You should carry like a bottle of holy water, so something like that happens, you can spray him or something.
Super soaker.
Yeah.
He was weird for a couple days, like about a week or two after that. He didn't go out, and if he did go out, we didn't go into the woods. We'd walk on the trail. He didn't sleep very well, he said, and he just didn't feel good. He was real quiet. So
I've done that. Whenever I do a boots on the ground and it's active, I've actually came home and not felt good for a couple of days.
Yeah. I've been sick a lot too. The one sickness I got, I don't know. I still talk about it today. I was like, I think I died. I don't know. I was so sick, dude. And the things I saw, like, I think I passed away. Things I saw was just nuts. And I was real sick. And that's when that snowy fog mixture happened.
I've heard if you see the fog, everybody has, even, other people have told me, if you see fog, leave.
Dude, me and Bear were in that one video where that thing chased us out before I got pulled down and pulled backwards. The fog, I've been outside my whole life, and I've been around water and all that stuff. I know how it works. People are like, oh, if there's water, there's going to be fog. No, this fog was not normal, man. It wasn't normal. It was so thick, and it would move and come back to the same, like it would go over here and then come over here and be right back on top of us, and then be over there and then be back on top of us. It was so weird, and it was so thick, and it was so low, like it was right above my head, and I could blow it out of my face. It was nuts. So I call it the paranormal fog, because something has made it. Something is controlling it. Something's using it. And in one of my viral videos, there's a Bigfoot in the fog doing whatever, thinking I can't see it. And you can hear other ones clacking rocks. But yeah, I don't know if they brought it. That was more of a natural fog, but the fog that I was in with Bear was just, it blew me away. It was weird.
So, have you ever been out when the weather's not even right for fog and you've had fog roll in on you? I had that happen to me once, and it was like,
all the time.
Scientifically, there should not have been fog, and it was like rolling in thick.
Yeah, every time, like a lot of my videos. I didn't get it on video, but David and I did see it, and it was really weird. I've never seen that before in my life, and I wish I would have recorded it, but I was so amazed by it. We were just talking, and we were driving down the road. I call this place Cryptid Ranch, kind of like Skinwalker Ranch, but Cryptid Ranch, because I've caught some crazy crap there. But this fog, there was these bushes on the side of the road during the summer, so you had these high, tall grasses, and this fog was coming up over, like it was snake-like, like it was moving around things and over things, and it just didn't move right. And it was coming, the water, it wasn't even coming, the water was on the left side, and this was coming from the opposite direction where there was no water. This fog was not normal. So yes,
that's what happened.
In a lot of my videos, I'll show people, we'll be there, I'll be there, it's clear, it's fine, and then all of a sudden, I'll shine my light, guys, look, there's fog. Fog's rolling in, and then I'll show it again a few minutes later, and it's thicker, and it's thicker, and it's thicker, and then it goes away.
Yep, I've had that happen. And it comes from not the water where it normally would come from. It comes from the opposite direction and then goes to the water, and then it's gone.
Yep.
And it's kind of weird. It's like everything follows the water. It's like, is something coming back to the water that left the water,
I don't know, but I think that whatever it is using it as cover, because I've seen at that cryptid ranch going down that road. That's why I always record when I go down that road. Um, uh, I just always have a dash cam on because something's always dashing across the road and there's always a weird, strange fog. And this is the place where, have you ever been baited before?
I think, the baby crying, I think
No,
was the
okay.
bait.
I was baited by these two different birds. They keep placing them in the middle of the road. I'll go down the road, go to the end, because I want to drive back and forth to get footage of the road to see these things running across. I keep seeing these things and I want to catch them. So I'll go down one end, turn around, come back, turn around, come back, go back and forth, back and forth. So I keep going down this road and there's no bird. And then all of a sudden there's a bird and this thing, and you can hear the sticks moving and things rustling around. Something has placed these birds in the middle of the road for me. And then the baby's crying. I have a live stream of that where I kept calling for these kids that they needed help to come to me. And they didn't do that. It was around this tower where I also caught what sounded like a woman begging for help from inside the tower. You could hear her going, "Help me, help me."
See, I've had white feathers and a sharpened stick gifted on my car when I got back.
I get bottles because when I was in the woods, I found a really old antique bottle and I went crazy over it. Like, I get really excited about treasures, like old timey stuff. I go bonkers. And I found this old bottle and I was like, "Oh my God, guys, look at this bottle I found. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." Excited, blah, 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 going on about it. And now they gift me bottles. I have like, something just flew over my car. I don't know what that was. 5 or 6 of them in there where I went in. I was on live stream again. We go in, everything's fine. I come out and there's a bottle waiting for me. And I even had the adventurers go back to the beginning to see there was no bottle there. And they're gifting me bottles. These old time, not just regular, 1990 glass bottle pop bottles. These are old, like old bottles. Ones I've never even seen the shapes before.
I'll tell you something that was funny. My sister one night, she left her bottle of, I think it was tea, on the hood of my car, and we walked just a little ways from the car. And when we got back, her tea was moved to the middle of the road and like half of it drank.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it
I
freaked her
try to
out.
do stuff like that. I'm worried about leaving food. I don't want them to expect it from me, and then if I don't bring it, they get mad at me.
Yeah, they
So,
might decide you're the food.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So I always bring the cat balls, and they know that I'm good for that. Like, I always have them. So I always try to gift those. And they've gifted me things back. Deer antlers, dead animals. Lots of dead animals. I'll be in one place, I'll leave something there, and I'll come back. There'll be an animal next to it or near it that I did not see before. The recent one, though, I haven't had a lot of animal stuff, but the bird with no head, I thought maybe it crashed into my bus. Like, it didn't see it and flew into it, like they do
Right?
with your windows. So, and then when I saw it didn't have a head and I couldn't find the head, I was like, that was placed there. And even if it would have hit and fell, it would have left a dent in the snow. It was placed there real softly. It was really creepy. I got that on a short too.
So what's the gas mileage on your bus?
Oh, I have no idea yet, dude. I have no idea. I haven't even, I got a big tank and it's like, I think it's like I don't know how big, I don't even know how big the tank is. David knows all that. He's the one that talked to the guy. But he's the one that's been helping me with all the, oh my God, I would not be getting any of it done if it weren't for him helping me. So we got to give a big thank you to David when it's done.
So what all are you doing to it? Like, are you like making it like a camper? Is it going to have like
Yeah.
cameras?
Okay, so when you turn a bus into an RV, they expect certain things from it. So I have to follow the list that they want. If I had it my way, I would have just put a bed or two, a cot, in there, took the seats out, took some stuff with us and laid it out as we needed it.
Right.
But they wanted it, in an RV form, and so I did as little as possible. That I put a sink in it, but running water, we're rigging it to where we can pull water from a big jug and use it as needed. For the sink, and they want me to have a stupid compost toilet, which I'm not doing that. I mean, I have to do it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I just would rather have a bucket if I need it. I'll go outside. I don't really have to have a toilet in there. Just pull over and let me run to the woods real quick,
Just get those portable ones.
Well, that's what that's what it was. They want like a compost portable thingy-majigger, and I thought it's got to look kind of like a toilet. So I'm hoping we get away with what we got, because I can't afford much more, dude. That thing is, it was a bigger project than I realized it was going to be, only because of what the insurance has to have on it, and it's driving me nuts.
So
And
who does the regulations and tells you what you have to have on there?
the state and the insurance.
Oh.
So when I went to go and get the license for the bus, they had a whole list I had to check off. Do you have a sink? Do you have a toilet? Do you have beds? Do you have special beds? Like, I have to put like a slab on my bed so I don't roll out, even though you're not supposed to be in the bed when you're driving.
Yeah.
But actually those rules changed. Now I can be anywhere on that bus while he's driving. It's no problem.
Oh, that's
but
cool.
They still want rollout things, and they wanted all kinds of other stuff, but I'm kind of just doing as minimal as possible, dude. Like, take it or leave it, man. Just let me go. I don't just let me go. I just want
solar on it too.
Huh?
You most definitely should get solar on it. On that.
Oh
too,
yeah.
you know?
Eventually, I'm gonna be living in it. When my son graduates, I'm out of here. I'm gone. I don't need to live in it, but I want to, and I just want to explore. And I want to park, explore a place for a week, live there in my bus for a week, explore it, get everything I can out of it, and go to the next spot. You know what I mean? Like, that's my agenda, and I want to try to cover as many state parks and national parks as possible.
That would be so fun. That would be the life.
That's what I'm wanting so bad. I wish I could do YouTube, full time. I still have to work and all that stuff, and I wish I could do it full time, but they won't allow me to. They keep screwing me and my adventures. People subscribe. They don't want to keep, if you keep getting unsubscribed from a channel, you don't want to keep, it would be insulting. So I'm really grateful to my adventurers for sticking with me. They are not going anywhere, and they have made it clear we are not leaving. And I really am so grateful to them.
And I'm good at driving a big truck in construction. I take that as a challenge.
That's another thing. You don't need a CDL to drive it either. You don't have to have your CDL. Yeah.
Not even a Class B?
Nope. Once you turn it from it's I forget what it's called, but once you turn it from a school bus into an RV, you don't need it.
Yep. Yeah, I had a buddy that done that, and they told him that he just did regular Class D driver's license, but he had to remove the seats. That was the thing.
I think we were allowed to keep some of the. So my bus had all 24 seats, but me and him took them all out because I was gonna leave 4, and then I'm like, nah, we need more of the space. Blah, blah, blah. So I just took them all out. But I think you were allowed to leave up to 4. Like, I think maybe it was 8. I think it was half of them you had to have out. I can't remember. We just took them all out because I didn't want them in there and whatever. So, yeah, I just completely gutted her out. And then, like I said, I got the couch is supposed to be here anytime. I'm going to get that put in there, and it folds out to a bed. I just got to get everything bolted down so it doesn't go anywhere if we hit bumps and stuff like that. And then I just got to take pictures and send it to insurance. So fingers crossed, y'all, that we're going to be out of here so soon.
I can't wait to see it when you get it done.
Oh God, dude, I'm so ready. I'm dying to get out there in it. That's all I've been doing is working on it.
Well, Dee, I've had you on almost 3 hours. I know you're cold. You're sitting outside. I want to let you go get some rest too, but we'd like to have you come back maybe after the first of the year if you want to, and see where you're at with your bus and some of your adventures and everything.
Maybe the next time I'll be on my bus.
Hey, that would be cool.
That could be my new podcast spot.
Oh yeah, and you have an open invitation here. You're always welcomed over here.
Oh, thank you guys so much. I really do. I have fun with this. This is great, and you guys are all sweet. And I don't mean to ramble. I just do. I get nervous and I talk a lot.
Oh, yeah,
we love it.
Yeah, we love it.
I can fill the silence. I promise. No silence. But it was nice meeting you, Cluff, this time. It's the first time I've met you.
Hello.
So.
It was nice meeting you too.
Yeah, I will see you guys again. And everybody, I love you guys so much, my loves, and I will see you guys soon.
Merry Christmas, Dee, and God bless you.
Merry Christmas to everybody too, and I hope everything goes great and you get everything you wish for.
You too.
Hopefully Santa's nice to you guys.
And you be safe getting into your house, okay?
Oh, I will. It's right there. I'll be all right.
All right.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for your
Bye.
time.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I didn't realize we'd had her on almost 3 hours, guys. We were almost 15 minutes out from 3 hours. That went by pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what'd you think, Clough?
It was
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Very interesting though.
Mhm.
Yeah. She has so many stories. I mean, we could have went into her investigations probably and been on all night. And I know
More
you
than
probably
once.
have to get up pretty early too, don't you, Clough?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, wake
you're
up
probably-
4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I thought you was probably getting a little tired. Did you get to see my video of me driving a big truck earlier?
No, I did not.
You're gonna love it when you do.
I'm gonna watch it after this. So
I can't wait to see your comments on there. Everybody said that was crazy. Everybody in the
check it
chat
out.
that is new here tonight, I would like to thank you and welcome you to Abnormal Investigations. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. And if you subscribed, welcome to the family. We appreciate y'all being here supporting us. Jess, I'll let you start walking us out, and then I'll let Clough get his final words, and then we'll wrap it up.
Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. Yep, everybody that's new, make sure you subscribe. And I think we have planned something for Christmas Eve. Is that correct?
Yep, I believe so.
Yeah, so make sure, or the day before Christmas, one of the two. Yeah, so subscribe and make sure you follow so that you don't miss it. It's going to be good. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Appreciate you all. God bless. Take care. Merry Christmas. Yeah. That's it.
awesome. All right. Well, everybody, I just want to say you all take care and God bless. I don't have a long outro because yeah,
Clough's
Merry
tired too.
Christmas as well.
Yeah, Clough, you be safe in the morning when you get up. Get you plenty of rest, and just watch that video tomorrow sometime too. I'd rather you get rest than be tired on the road.
I
He's
mean,
really
pickup is
excited
just-
about that. Can you tell?
Hey, pickup is just right down the street. You know, I moved today. I went from like about 2 hours away and just drove over here. I didn't even have to, but I just said, whatever. It's just right down the street. Why not? So, yeah.
That's awesome.
So-
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for being here again. And if you can't make it the 23rd when we go live, a Merry Christmas. Y'all have a Happy New Year. And we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner. Good night. God bless.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Cold dirt road, midnight patrol. Boots on gravel, I taste the mold. Dead cattle lined up, eyes still wide. You smell the iron, I smell the light. Abnormal investigations into strange phenomenon. Yeah, we walk that line till the night is gone. Bigfoot breathing heavy in the tree line. Werewolves laughing at the blue skyline. Abnormal investigations into strange phenomenon. I keep pushing on. I keep pushing on. Old man talks about the shadow man. Says he saw claws, not a human hand. Witches in the quarry burning sage. Kids gone missing, no one turns the page. Unsolved cases piled in the van. Lore myths written in the dust on my hands. Strange creatures scratching at the door. You hear a howl, I just want more. Animal killings, chalk on the truck. Radio hissing, is it terror or luck? Abnormal investigations into strange phenomenon. I keep
Scott with Krampus, guys. We'll see you.